Why not, dude?
What are we doing, dude? Why am I still blurry, bro?
Dude, because the camera.
Are we live on the fucking podcast right now, except pre-recordedly so?
Definitely pre-recorded.
Are we sure that... How's the odds, dude?
Oh, it seems pretty high.
Nope. See, you didn't peek it.
Bro.
You didn't set the limbs.
I did, though.
No, you didn't, dude.
I did, though.
It's peeking, bro.
It didn't hold, bro.
It's like you in high school, dude.
Limiter is set.
Yeah, but obviously it disregards that limbs like I disregard stop signs, dude.
Apparently. That's some bullshit. What if you put it all the way... That counts it, but it's still fucking not accurate.
Imagine having a brand new supercomputer that you can't even utilize, bro.
Fucking be loud. Do it again.
I'm gonna wake the baby up, and I don't want to hear...
Again. Cool.
The play kid. What is it? Every time, bro. This is a phone-free zone. I'm gonna put that shit in the microwave.
Lock it in the safe.
It's a Faraday, dude. You won't get no text messages, dude.
Yeah, I'll pick up the guitar and play it.
Dude, you can't, dude. I was playing it earlier, bro.
Yeah.
Let's see what you got, dude. That's hard.
Yeah, dude.
That's hard, dude. Not like it's hard to listen to.
Yeah. Precisely.
Mr. B's already in the comment section furiously writing on how, oh, jeez.
Yeah.
There goes the neighborhood, he said.
Well, you can't pick up the bass anymore.
Why? I.S.R.A.
Because it's gone.
You sold it?
Yeah.
How do I have that big of a mouth and I just missed it?
That's a great question.
It's the weird ergonomics on this cup, dude. I'm
Yeah.
not used to
Yeah.
it. I'm used to one of these, but just not attached to a cup.
Yeah.
Or I guess technically it's a mug, right?
Yeah.
But
You
our
growing those
mugs,
balls in your mouth.
our mugs, these are pretty good balls.
Get the balls, dude.
Balls, dude. If you've
Balls,
ever played
balls,
paintball, dude, and you know what the fucking balls is, dude, shout out to the balls in the comment, dude. Let us know how many balls you had in your mouth before.
Lighting's kind of...
How many balls? Someone's gonna put an odd number.
Listen, dude, some people are born like that. They can't help it, bro. I mean, I don't know one personally or anything, but...
No. I mean, I think, what is it, like 90,000?
I think it's 1 in 3.
No, it's like 90,000.
It's like
to sell your shit.
A third
sell
of
a
the...
testicle for like $90,000 or something like that minimum.
What?
Yeah.
I know what I have to do, but I don't know.
Right, dude. Right, dude. GPMVGs.
Hey, man.
Just one, bro, and you can get like a glass filler, like a different, it's like a little fake one.
You can get a prosthetic.
It'd be like those things on the, what do you call them? On the wires, and they swing, and then it hits it, and then it swings.
Balls.
Yeah, dude. Or like the fucking little child's toy that you can fucking...
Full G, bro.
Get it
Get
at the
some fuzzy
dollar
dice
store.
put in them bitches.
With an air freshener hanging off the little motherfucker. Could you imagine, dude? Fresh to death,
And I
son.
can see in the dark.
What kind of air freshener, bro?
Black
Ice, dude. What do you mean? You gotta be careful, though.
Yeah.
Might get wrapped. Dude, they stole, seriously, like 30,000 views off that video from me. I was sending screenshots, dude, because it just took off. Because I'm a comedic genius, I would argue. Actually, I think it's an old Joe Rogan joke, honestly. Either way.
Oh, man.
But yeah, YouTube, but they kept it monetized. But they took away, like, I was encroaching upon 100,000 views, dude. And now if you pull it up, it's got like 30,000 views. They just deleted views off the vid. And hella comms. It was hilarious.
Good time. Ain't you still getting comms on that shit, though? To this day?
I get all types of comms on all types of vids from till this day, dude.
That's fucking... The comments were great, because all you got was fucking white bitches bitching about it, and the black guy said, dude, that was funny. There were at least 15 comms that I saw. They're like, I'm a black man, and that shit was hilarious. Like, what the...
Antifa had a wanted poster of me.
Seriously?
Yeah. Unrelated instances, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. Not for the same reason.
But it was sort of similar. Because I have another vidya that they're also not a big fan of.
What happened?
Well, actually, that video is still monetized too. The fucking, I probably shouldn't even say it, dude. They're gonna fucking bring it back.
The DMs,
They're
dude.
gonna fucking get the BLDMs,
Yeah,
dude.
The BLDMs.
Yeah.
dude. This shit.
I'm finger waving, dude. You know when I'm finger waving.
You got heads on it, bro.
Damn, dude. For the cocaine bear, dude. We're gonna get a copyright strike, dude.
Yeah, dude.
What am I doing, dude?
I don't know. You went in there like 3 times already.
Well, I need a bot, but I thought I had the bot right here. But I must have consumed the bot.
It's
Which
in
is
there.
only like that.
Got 20,000 views on it, though.
You talking about this one?
Respect.
Respect.
I'm surprised neither of us knocked that motherfucker over, dude.
Are you actually going to finish a bot today?
Dude, I finished. This will be the second bot being finned.
Tonight?
Not completely. They only had like
I
a
know.
couple
I
finger
know.
pores in there, but yeah. Why?
I don't know.
There was like this much, dude. What do you mean? You're
drank
trying to
the
make me
last
out to be a
bot.
fucking
Yeah, dude.
alcohol?
Yeah, bro. Finish up with
I
that
bought
last
all
time
the
we
fucking
were
bots
over here,
and
too.
then brought that bot. Although that shit was a lot more full when I brought it. I think Gianni been over here hitting the sauce, dude.
Mabes.
At least he doesn't get his sauce fucking in a jar, bro.
Oh.
But we talked about that last time. I do remember that
Wait, what
specifically about how he makes sauce. He don't make no sauce. It's just sauce out of the jar.
Oh,
And
damn.
dude, you're black and Mexican, but with a name like Gianni, you could have been Italian, and you should be very upset just by the imagine,
Blood
like,
boiling.
like the idea that somebody just takes a jar.
You know this motherfucker don't even cook.
Don't even.
You don't be cooking, bro. You don't be throwing down in the kitchen.
The disrespect.
Listen, I ain't never seen you and a spatula in the same room.
Well, that's because the spatula's supposed to be outside.
Not necessarily, bro. What if you got a fucking pan-sear steak, or what if you got a fucking cook a
Imagine
motherfucking
you did not fix the
meatloaf,
camera.
or what the fuck, bro?
Imagine
But the
not.
camera's in
Wait, dude, free knots, free knots.
Oh, goddamn.
Imagine
Got
not
87
getting hands on with your steak in the skillet.
Dude, listen, I sit
You
there
mad at the skillet to cook the steak, dude.
and do this quick
You gotta
enough.
sear it. You gotta sear it. Get that butter on top of it. That's
Butter and garlic.
And,
well, see, that's it. See, you know,
you take
that's
the
how you know
garlic.
that you don't be in the kitchen
you
whipping
take
with
the
the wrist.
garlic and
I
onions
be
and
in
grill
the
those up
kitchen.
in the butt, in the pan, then you throw the steaks on
Butter
it.
and garlic is you leave the onions because the onions
you put
go
the
quick.
butter first so that it sucks into the meat, and then
The butter
as
is already
as you're basting with the
infused
butter,
with garlic.
and
It's
then
butter garlic.
See, that's overpowering, man.
Overpowering.
It's
That's
overpowering.
all you need, bro. It's a softer,
I
smoother.
didn't say not to use the garlic, but it's just like the people that put their laundry detergent and the fabric softener at the same time. It's not how you're supposed to do it.
You think anybody has time to fucking pause midway through a load of clothes and then add it later?
if you want to do it right.
If you want.
If you want to do it
Do
right.
you make your bed every morning?
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck you. You're just gonna get right back in it, dude. I start my day off every morning with a goal accomplished, he said. That's what he said. Fucking listen to G.O.A podcasts and shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? Makes
sorry
his
that-
bed. Are you a criminal? A serial killer, dude? Makes his bed every morning. Can you believe this guy? Fucking makes his bed, dude. For who?
You never know.
We know.
Yeah. Fucking Jill, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking Jill. She's always there, dude. It's almost like
First and only
Xfinity.
goal.
She's on demand. That was my little impromptu drum roll, dude.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Can I get a golf clap, please? It's not a fun where I'm not doing a jazz routine. I'm reading poetry off in the corner and shit. The one light comes down and you can only see my face.
Damn.
The drum's still available for
Ding, 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 ding,
I have a
ding,
fucking
ding.
black turtleneck on, looking like Drew in Italy right now. Fuck you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So, it's all well and good. We're like 5 minutes into this podcast, plus maybe like 13 minutes. And then,
Only 9.5.
okay, well, math was never my strong suit. And really, time is just a man-made construct, so you guys could measure it how you want, dude. I just don't believe in it. Show me time. Fake.
Right
This
there
is the
on your wrist.
illusion of what people think time is,
1
dude.
Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
Why is
3 Mississippi. 4 Mississippi.
What do you got against northern people?
Actually,
What?
they're kind of more on my side, if anything.
See, that was all a facade. Because even Lincoln, dude, was not. You actually read the text.
He only freed the slaves in the southern states to fuck over the Confederacy.
Makes sense.
The slaves in the North weren't actually freed until after he was already dead.
Look it up.
So John Wilkes Booth is like that guy then?
Apparently.
Dude, he's always been that guy.
He's been that guy.
If you believe the stories, at least.
If you believe the stories.
Which, that's the thing, dude. The stories are always only ever written by the victors, bro.
Makes sense.
So
technically, I wouldn't be historically incorrect if I said that he killed himself.
who?
Abe Lincoln.
Possible, dude.
Yeah.
Can't prove it.
How do we know which way the exit wound was in the top of the head?
And the science, dude.
Yeah.
Supposedly, we don't even have the telemetry data anymore.
No.
So I don't fucking the science in today's day and age, especially after we hired all those Nazi scientists, like the Werner von Braun, whatever the fuck of the world, you know. And then we shipped. There's a whole village in Argentina. You know, you would think because they had, if we believe the lore of Call of Duty, if Call of Duty is canon.
It's canon.
They had the time traveling devices at their fingertips, dude. And then when we hired them, that's why we were trying to invest in that technology, because now I don't know what they did, dude, but everybody was born and just injected with stupidity as a child. So like, I mean, they must have ran out and some shit or something,
You
or
were
whatever.
the prom night dumpster baby, bro.
Prom night dumpster baby.
They didn't have the chance.
Right,
bro.
dude. Right, dude. Fucking the coat hanger didn't work, and then I just fucking crawled out on my own, dude. Had the fucking the umbilical and shit like a K-bar in my mouth.
Swinging it like...
Right, dude.
Just taking a stroll, bro.
All right, I'm way too ugly to just be sitting up. Look at the length on the beard, though, dude.
Look at the gap in those front teeth, though, dude.
Jeez.
They used to be touching, dude, but I hated wearing my retainer, bro. I hated it, dude.
Oh, man.
Plus, I could gleek at your ass now, so fuck you. Better watch out, dude. I'll hit your out, dude. I paid for this mic, dude. I'll fucking take it out.
Oh, man.
Right in the computer. Dude, there's a lot of ventilation holes on that motherfucker. You better watch out, dude.
Yeah.
I might just accidentally keep my mug on it, dude.
Accidentally.
Right. Like, you have a couple sips here and there throughout the night, and you just forget where you put liquids.
We need to sell.
It's liquid. I thought it was liquid cooled, bro. I was just trying to help them out, dude. You know, take a little less off the bill or something.
Sell a lot of merch to make that one up.
Yeah. Speaking of which, link in the description box below. Check it out. Custom one of one, but everybody who orders one can get one Boog hoodies.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, dude. If you're pulling up in the Boog and you don't have a Boog hoodie, how are we supposed to know you're friendly, dude?
True.
How are we supposed to know, dude?
True.
IR patches aren't going to save real life, man.
Right.
It's the Boog hoods.
Right, dude. You know who's got IR patches? The government.
Yeah, dude.
Am I lying? Am I lying?
Oh, they got
Tell me I'm
strobes.
So do I. I got the same Surefire fucking light they put on their shit. The little fucking...
Yeah.
Because it's got the beacon on the side.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's got white light, blue light, and IR light. I'm pretty sure.
Sick.
It's the... You know what I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about. The little fucking... And
the-
I had
with
to
the noodle on
modify
it?
it. With the noodle... No, that's the...
They can move around.
That's the newest one.
Oh.
I got the older one. But the
Imagine.
fucking... Imagine if it ain't broke, don't fix it. First of all,
But if
which is
it
why...
could be better, why not?
Who says that it's better? Because with more moving parts, there's more shit to go wrong. So, either way, one of these days I'll educate you enough. You know, you'll be up on it, dude. Because realistically, what's the number? Johnny would know. Who's got about 18 of them. What's the number? The model number to the old gray Surefires that are on like M16s and fucking... If you don't know this, I don't want to ever hear you talk about Cloud Defense or anyone else the fuck ever again. Because you know where that all comes from? Do you believe this, dude?
Google.
I think it's because we're white, honestly. He just disregards everything that the man is saying or whatever. Like,
The man. It's the man.
it's the man, dude. They're coming to get you. Either way. You don't know what I'm talking about?
I know which one you're talking about. It's still,
They were like 60 lumens back in the day. Incandescent bulbs, bro.
pretty much.
It was like a $300 mag light that was this big.
Yeah.
But about that wide.
That's where you get the fucking cases that have all the bats and the extra lens and everything on the inside, the extra head.
And you could get the diffuser kit for them with the cone, and then you could and that's how they did it back in the
IR
day,
lens.
Yes, for years, bro. For years, dude. You remember the old fucking the little what do you call them? Where they're like curved. It's like an upside down
A periscope light.
Yeah, but like the actual issue ones.
Yeah.
I have some, and I bought one for Blake, and it comes same thing. You unscrew the bottom, and it comes with all the different lenses, the red lens, the blue lens, the whatever the fuck, and that's a big ass light. Again, incandescent bulb. They make LED upgrades for those, and for the Surefires, and for like all the older shit.
For mag lights.
But yes. But like there's some dudes on the internet that are fucking hot rodding mag light. It's a lightsaber.
Like fucking crazy.
It's a light. It's for real. It's
like
this long.
3,000.
It's like a Darth Maul lightsaber, dude. But
and it's still just as fucking heavy.
Which I always appreciated about the mag lights, because you could beat the fucking absolute
so
shit
now you
out
got
of
3,000 lumens on a mag light you can rush somebody with. They ain't seeing shit, and then just fucking bop them over the fucking head with the back end of it.
Crush their jaw.
Hit them with that beat bop.
Crush their skull.
That beat bop boo.
Or at least their fucking hopes and dreams.
Yeah. Fucking.
Who knows? That's what we're here for, kids.
Yeah. Ours already been crushed.
Right. And we're just trying to pass on the joy
Yeah.
to everyone else to make sure everybody knows you guys are going to feel what I feel. Was that too edgy? But the fucking
Feel stuff, dude.
You're right, dude.
Feel stuff.
I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. R.I.P. though, dude, because you know why they killed him? Because he knew about the fucking Podesta emails, dude. That's his fucking uncle or some shit, dude. Look into it. You're not up on the fucking Linkin Park lore of the Pizzagate bullshit?
No.
That shit is some truth. They hung him, dude. They hung him after they killed him to make it look like he hung himself. It's fucked up.
Jeez.
But they do. Who talks about Pizzagate anymore, motherfucker? And motherfucker's still out there ordering pizza all the time.
True.
So,
I mean, the cover
I'll
ups
eat
are always
lunches.
happening. Like, have you heard about the whole Andrew Tate situation?
I would vaguely, but listen, Andrew Tate, I don't know a lot about him, personally. He seems like a douche lord.
Yes.
Yeah.
He seems like Jake Paul, if Jake Paul was Colombian.
Okay.
And I don't even know that
He's
Andrew
Romanian?
Tate, whatever, he's tan enough.
He's
What the fucking...
But yeah, the whole reason why they arrested him is because the whole J.P. Morgan, J.P. Morgan chase.
Because I heard he was raping bitches or something.
Oh no, that's what they said that he's doing. Me personally, I believe he's being framed because.
Supposedly he was swatted.
Yeah,
Basically with that.
For ordering pizza, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or something, or that's how they got the address or
That's how
something.
they got the address.
Yeah.
Fucking.
But what
Blah,
is
blah,
he?
pizza
And
box.
again, I don't know. I have no idea who this dude is.
Supposedly it was like the whole sex trafficking thing or whatever. But
Right? What is he doing in Romania though?
I have no clue.
Living.
Yeah, that's where he lives.
Why?
I don't
Where
know.
is he from originally?
Romania.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then that would make sense.
Well, yeah.
Everybody, I heard he was in Romania and fucking trafficking fucking Ukrainian fucking girls and
Yeah.
shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
But the thing that I think is going on is that he
Okay.
got framed because he's such a prominent figure that everybody would like get sucked into it, and the list for the people on Epstein's Island got leaked, and also, J.P. Morgan. So, not the CEO, but like I guess the person right underneath that, and like a bunch of people that work for him, they were on the island too.
Everybody's on the island. Trump was on the
Yeah.
fucking island. Everybody's on the flight logs, dude. Tom
Yeah.
Hanks, fucking all these motherfuckers. But yet you're still going out to see the latest movie. You're still voting for fucking Trump. You're still, because your guy, when it's your guy, he can do no wrong, bro. It doesn't matter that Trump fucking banned bum stocks. He got an A+ rating from the NRA, which anything the NRA says shouldn't mean fuck ass shit to you to begin with. But like, is that kind of mindset though? People don't fucking like, they can't, because whether it hurts their ego or everything they've ever believed in is just all been a facade, right? So like, and I get it, because it's human nature, right? Because everybody wants to have something to believe in, right? So, but it's false hope, and it's misguided, but heavily influenced.
Yeah.
So like, it's manufactured. But it's even worse, though, that people do not see that or recognize or comprehend that that's what's happening to them. Like, look at how many people... And I voted for the motherfucker twice. Because that was the only option.
I should have voted for him 3 times.
And I don't even believe that votes count, bro. And I still show up like a fucking asshole and fucking sit in line like a fucking idiot and then cast a vote that I know goes directly in the garbage regardless. But
81 million, man, most popular president
ever, bro. Ever, dude.
Yep.
Across the board.
Yeah.
With every type of fucking niche fucking facet of society. You see this motherfucker, one of these days, dude, he's gonna trip, falling down or up a plane flight of stairs and actually break his neck. Yeah. What are they gonna do then, dude? How many lives are people?
Joe Biden they got already?
So I brought this up with my family.
He's already dead.
I thought the plan, well, that too, because the whole earlobe thing.
No, that's for real. People, but you sound psychotic.
Yep.
Talking about the earlobe thing.
Yeah.
But realistically, like, first of all, Alex Jones is Bill Hicks. Second of all, look into it. Second, I sound like Eddie Bravo, but I don't care. But for real. But, like, go on with what you're saying, but, like, that is, like,
it's irrefutable.
Right. Right,
because
dude.
that's a genetic thing.
Right.
And, you can't just...
Doesn't change.
It doesn't change, yeah. So it's a totally different person. But I think the whole plan is that there's going to be a state of emergency.
There already is.
Well, I mean, like, an actual governed state of emergency.
Remember that video game?
Yeah.
That shit was
It was
lit,
fire.
dude. When you were a kid and you had to hide it from your mom.
Yeah.
It was too fucking reckless to be playing when you're 11 years old.
Yeah. But so he's going to die, and then Kamala Harris... Well,
probably already did.
Yeah, well,
either way, he's a
the
lizard
doppelganger.
person.
Yeah, about to say the doppelganger is going to die,
right?
And then they're going to declare Kamala Harris to be president, and this is all going to happen before the 2024 elections. I'm calling it right now.
You heard it here first, folks.
Calling it right now.
But so this is the thing, though.
Before he was even in office,
right? But this is the thing, though. Too. On top of that, is why? Because clearly, at this point, it's merely going through the motions,
Pretty
right?
much, yeah.
So, because they're blatantly, right, they're blatantly doing things that, at least to people that have any type of fucking gelatinous fluid between their ears, can see that, hey, this is fucked up and, like, not how it should be. Whether it be like, yeah, I don't really agree with this, all the way to the frogs are gay. And anywhere in between. But the frogs are actually fucking gay, dude. So, like, that's the thing, though. So, when it comes down to it, and you look at any fucking government-involved fucking situation in history, what is the common theme? Sus-ass shit takes place. Then if there's no explanation, years or some allotted time goes by. Everybody forgets. Who the fuck still talks about the Vegas shooting?
Only the people that know.
Right.
467 pounds worth of guns and ammo.
Yeah.
So-called snuck into a room.
Bunch of black SUVs everywhere.
800
several muzzle flashes at the same time. Like the cadence of a 240 or a 249 or whatever.
249, that's what it was. So with the amount of rounds that was reported, to only have 150 casings is unheard of. Also, you got to think about
the consistency of a bump stock has never been that solid. Yeah, dude, never.
Also,
dude has been training for decades.
And also the fucking bulletproof, suicide-proof windows in the hotels, 800 pounds.
Right.
So yeah, just one guy comes in there and all of a sudden,
Listen, dude, I like to think that I'm a top tier dude.
Yeah.
Like
I'm a trained so I can carry 400 pounds worth of guns and ammo up 32 flights of stairs. That's what I'm gonna do.
Fuck the elevator, dude. That's weak shit, bro. You know what time I woke up this morning? I didn't go to sleep yet. Like that type of shit. Like that type of shit. Like what? My dude and this dude's like 60 years old, fucking drinking and fucking smoking stogies and fucking like so. But
And when his brother called it out, his so-called house burnt down. All
Right, dude, and then
300
that
some
motherfucker's
terabytes
on an
of-
island somewhere with his fucking bought and paid for, shipped in fucking wife from the Philippines or whatever. The fuck.
Now you
Like, for real.
What was it like 100 terabytes of like CP and everything on there too?
Dude, there's fucking...
That they just so-called found in his brother's house?
Right, and then there's fucking... And if you actually... There's a really good video. It's probably not even up anymore, but it went over, like, the angles. So, and, like, where things could be seen from, and there was, like, a lot, like, a construction lot that was, like, adjacent, where, like, there were dirt mounds, and there was different shit, and, like, none of it added up.
At all.
Much like how jet fuel does not melt steel beams.
Yeah.
So, there... And then... Oh... We found traces of thermite, so all the beams were angle cut and demolitioned, fucking just like you would when you're taking down, like, it's just, there's no, like, how people, there's still people to this day that wholeheartedly believe the original narrative on all of this shit.
Yeah.
If the government says it, if the mainstream media says it, it's fact. And the fact that is fact is the most disturbing and disgusting situation we could possibly find ourselves in, because war is being perpetrated upon us as we speak, and has been for many, many moons, and wars are fought differently these days, dude. There's more wars being fought with misinformation, because you give them false information, people act and react to it, and then you get them to do exactly what you want to do without having to fire a shot, without having to lift a finger, without having to do anything, and then you're also never to blame. So it's, and how people, I'm just a mere mortal man. Like, I'm not, like, you know,
I would hope so. It starts floating in the air.
Right. But, like, I'm not, like,
The way he talks sometimes.
I'm not fucking,
The fame's gone to him, man. All 26,000 subscribers.
0.4, I think it is. 26 point, don't you forget. But the fucking, like, how, like, again, I'm a nothing nobody from nowhere. How the fuck can my small ass peanut of a brain, like, unless you just absolutely think I'm crazy, but then at that point you would be one of those people that we're currently talking about.
Yeah.
So, and you probably wouldn't be watching this channel. So, or you're hate watching it when
Hey,
you're furiously
what was
beating
that
your
one
little
guy
dick.
last time?
Oh, Bitch Out Bob?
Yeah, that was.
That's
Yeah.
what we were
So-
supposed to talk to him about after the podcast.
We never did.
No,
I don't
nah,
remember.
No.
You were supposed to give me the recce work for that one, but
Dude, well, that's your first assignment, actually.
Yeah.
I gotta find them.
No, we know where they're
Oh,
at.
he's easy to find. It's just
We just don't want to be.
I have a specific set of skills.
Right.
you gotta find out why he needs to be found.
Oh, okay.
Right, it's like a treasure hunt.
Is he holding like a little kid hostage or something?
Potentially. Yeah.
Probably.
More than likely. More than likely.
But either
I
way.
can tell you the situation he's in, I don't think any child would want to be in.
Well,
But also, like, he just... We've probably said too much already. But either way.
the beeps start happening again.
Right.
The reverse beep.
Right. They're reverse beeps. Those are the worst kind of beeps, dude, because, like, they're coming back.
Yeah.
like we got away with it.
Yeah, they're spinning
But
the
they're
block.
coming back. Right. Bending corners and shit, dude.
Well, they rethought the situation and just dipping, you know?
Maybe.
Depends which way they pulled in, dude.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
You always back in so you can pull out quicker.
That's what she said.
Well, she would be the one backing in.
That's what she said. Right? No?
Well, I guess maybe, but, like, you'd be the one pulling out.
But she would know the technique because she's the one backing it in. So that's something she would
You're
say.
letting a woman drive?
Wait.
Where is the disconnect here? Are we from a different generation, apparently? Bitches need to get back in the kitchen. Get off fucking Twitter, go back in the kitchen, bitch. Fucking.
I was able to just follow what the fuck was going on there.
Speaking of kitchen, you know, a solid BLT. I feel like since
What
we're
is
talking
with
about,
y'all in acronyms, dude?
well, I mean, you act like we made the acronym BLT, but since we were talking about searing steaks and stuff yesterday,
Okay.
I
That was
figured-
like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, it was not yesterday.
Well, no, yesterday, not yesterday.
Yeah,
but
you weren't here yesterday?
No.
So, Maybe he was.
Well-
Is there something you need to tell me, dude? Am I kicked off the pod? My own
I was
pod.
fucking
Kicked
targeted
off my own pod. Yeah, and then you went to bed early like a bitch, dude.
Yes.
What the fuck? Got a brand new fucking $8,700 computer and tarked for like 3 raids, and then
I got a baby that's gonna wake my ass up in the morning.
Cheyenne fucking ain't doing shit. Fucking typical woman. I mean, shit.
But yeah, but speaking of BLTs, BLT melts. Have you guys ever had a BLT melt?
That's just a hot
I do
BLT,
the
bro.
BLTs.
No, but like you
You don't
know-
do BLT.
you
How
never
do
had,
you
like,
not
melt?
do a? Hold on. Save that thought.
Save
How the
that
fuck
thought.
do you not
do the
be?
tea, dude.
He does have like a weird texture thing. I don't know if we
Oh, okay,
told you
please.
about this.
I can tell he cooks because of that.
He
The
doesn't
texture thing?
cook. He doesn't.
You don't cook?
I do.
He
The
reheats.
only one that
He
can-
eats and reheats,
Oh.
bro. Go look at the
Oh.
biscuits that are chilling on the fucking. Go look at the fucking biscuits, boy.
I had fucking.
I saw them.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
had fucking
Got the
vegan
buttermilk
roast.
chilling on top of the stove.
I'll fucking,
Pillsbury out the fucking can.
fucking Cheyenne's grandmother.
Make a home-
Cheyenne's
okay.
grandmother
Okay, let's
made
hear
us beef and barley soup and gave us 2 cans of fucking biscuits to have with it.
Okay.
Did they
Fucking
explode when you popped them?
Yes.
Okay.
As
Did
you're
you make
supposed to.
Did you make biscuits and gravy? Because
I
it's
have
fair
made
biscuits.
many biscuits and gravy, and I
Gravy
probably
out the jar, bro.
I don't
Gravy
have, I don't
out
have
the
these-
jar.
No.
You're not
You
whipping
lying,
with the
bro.
flour and the
How
milk,
the hell-
man.
Yes.
Never
How
once
the hell
fucking-
are you even buying gravy for biscuits and gravy out of jar, bro?
Google it.
Google it. Pull
I
it
ain't
up,
never
Jamie.
seen it. I know you can get the fucking mix packets and shit
You
for
can.
seasoning for it, but
Yeah.
like,
You
why?
can
You
get-
use fucking breakfast
You
sausage.
can get gravy in a
and you
jar.
get the fucking
It's just, that's
yeah, like
that's pretty
turkey
much all it
gravy and
is.
shit.
No, you can get biscuit
It's
gravy.
just black peppers,
It's
flour,
sausage,
pepper,
sausage,
flour,
and milk.
some fucking sausage and milk, or
And
heavy
butter.
whipping cream.
Yeah,
Heavy
whipping cream makes it a
definitely
little lighter,
makes it-
but-
Nah, I use butter.
Nah, man, it's a little more richer. you
Yeah.
know?
With the whipping
Whipping
cream?
cream.
Yeah, with the, have you tried it with the whipping cream, man?
Yeah,
you
but
should
the
try
fuck,
it
I
with
like
the
the
whipping
butter, dude. That's more. They didn't have
Well, you gotta
whipping
put butter
cream
in there
in
too,
fucking 1873, bro. You know
This-
what they had? They had fucking
This
cow
isn't
lard,
1873. I got more rights than this.
bro. Maybe. But the fuck.
Who knows what happens off camera?
Right. They'll never
I
know.
mean, you knew what happened while it was on camera.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking last time.
Listen, that was by his own accord, dude.
It was,
He don't even
100%.
drive a Honda.
You know what's crazy?
What?
They didn't see because
That's
my,
what I'm saying,
my shirt
dude.
was black.
Racist?
You can still see the motions, the movements. Like it was,
okay.
and especially
No,
when it did happen.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
I feel like it
that's-
didn't hit home as hard
No,
because if it was
So-
like a toxic
so
green,
Yeah,
Alright.
I was
Or like
literally
a-
about to say if it was like a toxic green, safety orange type of thing, maybe. But they
be
couldn't
careful
see
what
this
you
time.
wish for. I think that one's already pre-knotted.
Yeah, that one's too short.
That was too short. Yeah, I know the dimensions by heart.
He does.
It's about my storied heritage, you know. It's
Nice.
in the blood.
Well, technically,
What? You're from Louisiana, so if anything, you fucking
from the boot,
from the boot, dude.
way to docks, but
Sicily was the fucking boot, dude. Well,
we already talked about it last time.
They
but you
wouldn't have
doxed
known
me
that.
Sicily
all
is the
time, bro.
heel. We're the boot. If you have any problems with it, you know where to find me.
that was aggressive. Stop! Don't even. You know, listen, that nobody even gets tar and feathered anymore, dude.
No.
Tarred and feathered. You know that would solve a lot of problems.
I still want to make a
if they did.
guillotine though.
No, it wouldn't, because that even in and of itself would not be enough, dude. Because at best they go home and put
Oh,
on another
you know what?
$5,000 custom suit that we paid for.
It makes sense.
So,
Then we get charged with treason.
right.
What about dragged?
Well, what about quartered, bro?
Quartered. Primal cuts?
Just go full on Vlad the
We
Impaler.
can start that business. Just
What
get a
business?
farm
Okay,
and
feed them to the pigs.
feed them to the pigs.
Yeah.
We can get a farm, get some nice, wholesome,
If
like
we got a farm,
grass-fed cows.
now listen,
Call
I've
it politician
got,
primal cuts.
I fuck with that. But if we got a farm,
Okay.
while I like to believe that I have good work ethic,
Okay. Talking about some. It's 4:30. Where's Josh?
I don't know if I could be out in the fields all day.
Out in the. I mean, I'm used to it. So.
What do you mean, dude? This motherfucker's waiting for the check in the mail, dude. What are you
He's going for the sun
I'm
resistance,
wading in
bro.
the water.
talking about? Reparation. Fucking shout out to Johnny Rebel, dude. What the fuck? Listen, you know more of his songs than I do, so I don't.
Well, I mean,
Right. He's been to the wrong bar a time or two.
them honky tonks, I tell you.
They let you in them
Quite
bitches.
literally.
Well, I had to pay, but
Imagine having to
They
pay
put
to
him
go
to
to a
work.
bar.
actually, you know what's crazy? I actually did go to a bar that was kind of like that. It was a little weak, but I'm not gonna lie, the music was good.
He likes more. I don't even like country music like
That's
that.
yeah, I know more country songs than him, so it's like
Am I the only one
What to do?
willing to fight
What to do?
for the one of the red and white and the blue?
What?
He said he doesn't even listen to Culture Wall.
Who?
Exactly.
Listen, if it ain't fucking Johnny Cash or Dolly Parton, it ain't country.
Do you know who Zach Bryan is?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know who's the dude that owns Southern Grind Knives? Who's a country singer? You know.
That's fucking. I forget.
Zach Brown?
Yeah, something like maybe.
Chris Stapleton.
No. No, it's not.
No, it's not Chris Stapleton.
No, I'm just saying like yeah.
So I'm super rosy in this lighting, dude. I haven't even
I'm super rosy.
I
Like,
haven't even been drinking, dude.
You can adjust it, bro. Make you more white, dude.
make you more white.
You also got lighter? Props. His credit score just skyrocketed. Oh shit!
Oh, no,
Where
they
did he
just
go?
dropped.
Where did he go?
Credit score 230. Credit score 750.
Right. Fucking hit it with the. I don't like the blue, the hot blue color, dude.
No, that's that T-Rex arms, man.
Yeah, but like this, if anything, put the old what's the names? Act like they just caught us and shit. That's how we should keep it for the fuckers.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Oh.
There we go.
That's how it should be.
That's how we were that
Right.
one time.
Right.
Hands
Yeah. No, I'm still shooting.
That's how they train like this, isn't it?
Slow, dude.
That's not slow.
Imagine.
And I've been drinking out of the ink.
Head out of the ink.
You
Out of
you
the
got nothing
ink.
on the ink
What
right
the-
now,
Right,
bro.
dude. You barely
Can't
got to
even reach the ink, bro.
Can't even reach half the stretch. First of all, calisthenics. Gotta warm
Don't
up.
use words you can't spell.
Give
The
me
fucking-
1 second. I gotta tie my shoe.
You ever seen a lion with
fucking
like
camera
stretch
before
Free
it
night
takes like
vision
a
again,
shower?
dude.
Yeah.
Free night vision on the cam, dude. It's supposed to be $1,000 cam. Works like a $200 cam. What did you do with this cam that it's fucked up?
It's nothing but fucking.
Let's not bring that up.
Right. I don't want to see the
I don't wanna
fucking
see that.
SD card to that, but either way,
He's on the flight logs.
yeah.
I feel like
I'd have to see that real quick.
But for real though, can we put more of an amber light on because it's a little
Amber.
bright?
I like the Surefire X650 or whatever it's called. Well, no, it's
Okay,
X.
That's way
It's
softer,
M640 DF. That's the new one, yeah.
bro. Down to fuck.
Dual fuel. Could you imagine going to a party?
Could you imagine having a dual fuel light and trusting 18650s that are rechargeable?
Well, I mean, it's just a possibility.
Imagine not having the one that only takes AAAs, so you could find bats anywhere in the world.
Imagine.
The thing is, most
imagine
most
not
lights
You know
that'll
what I'm
take.
talking about?
The thing is,
Yeah.
most lights that'll take
I wanted to buy one
18650s
just
will
for
also
no
take
reason.
those 3 AAA adapters as well.
Plus a dual fuel.
Yeah, but when you're talking Surefire, the 3 AAA adapter costs $700, and it's out of stock all the time. So
Well, I mean, technically, in the
It's-
blue,
it'd be-
money doesn't mean
You could
anything.
use the same
Yes.
3
money
AAA
doesn't mean
adapters.
anything now. Dude.
Well,
Are you
I
new
mean-
to this?
You can use
I mean,
any
we all clock into
AAA
work every
adapter.
day, so.
It should work.
Well, technically not, dude. We just write down.
Oh yeah, just write it down, man. I was here for this many hours.
I worked 27 hours yesterday.
Larry has a heart attack.
Well, with my right, dude. I gotta pay for that. There's one piece of brass on the range.
That's you over there. You and Kyle fucking complaining all the time.
Wait, first of all, I don't complain, and I've never even seen it. Have I ever fucking came back there?
Do you have to pull up the text logs?
Listen, because
Learn how to clean the range, pussy.
because I gotta
Learn how to clean
fucking
the range.
I gotta fucking hear about it in the morning, dude.
Who told you about that?
Fucking Kyle or whoever comes in the morning, because this is the thing, dude. Like, I don't give a fuck. I trust y'all to do what y'all need to do.
Okay.
You've let me down before.
Apparently you should.
What if I let you down with?
Not even just you specifically, but all you motherfuckers.
What if I let you down with?
Well, apparently the range looks
Well,
like
I
a
mean, I
fucking
cleaned the range.
hootenanny took place.
Literally, only thing that's there is like the fucking brass that's stuck in the wall.
You know when I cleaned the range? You know what I used to do?
But you used to get down there with your K-bar and just fucking pry it all out.
Sure the fuck did. So, because that's work ethic, bro.
That's work
Because
ethic.
the time that you put in today will pay you back tomorrow.
But if I take too long,
That's how you know a man don't work.
You just send it.
Don't own no work boots and shit, bro.
Right.
Don't earn work boots.
Nah, dude.
I work in Vans.
Your Timmies don't count either.
My Timmy's.
That was racially motivated.
That was.
Tell me you ain't got a pair.
I
You
might
know
have
you
a
got
couple.
the fucking velvet
Exactly,
fucking editions with the fucking...
I got the butters. I got the all blacks.
Butters.
Oh, this
Boy, that's they not South Park, dude. Fucking the butters he got. He said, "Do you know what I am saying?" I already had one of those.
Give me another watermelon.
Listen, I don't even like these ones, so you can have as many as you want. You can have as many as you want regardless, but like if you want to keep getting the watermelon ones, by all means, because I'm too white for that shit. Damn, he's a mixologist. Check it out. Check it out, dude. Could have went
Spilled
pro.
it, you're cleaning it.
Right.
I just
And
saw
that's
you spill.
directly over my backpack, which
It makes it
I don't know if you've ever heard of Mil-Spec Monkey and or Tactical Tailor, but like it's a limited dish.
limited edition.
So
Can you get demonetized for this?
I don't give a fuck. We're not even
We're not even
monetized.
We're not even monetized.
Not on this chan.
No.
And on my chan, we do even way worse shit sometimes.
Well, technically, if I do, it's monetizable, right?
Right, yeah, because they can't. Otherwise, it would be a
Nobody
hate crime.
monetizes you.
Yeah.
It would be a hate crime, so they can't.
Well, I was making Jew jokes in another video, and it still monetizes me.
Right.
Say the word.
Well, you see how they did Kanye.
Right. Dude,
Yeah.
listen, I got a whole video saying Kanye has every right.
He does have every right,
That's what I'm saying, dude.
even if you don't agree with it, which you should.
But this exactly because this is the thing. They're proving him right by their own actions.
Exactly.
So how can you even be mad at that? That's the whole idea. Is people are so blocked off from reality that I can't even imagine like existing as a person and being so fucking incoherent to reality where you just don't you're just not a person, dude. You are a bot at that point because you're spoon fed whatever the fuck. So don't be a bot, people.
Don't be a
Please
bot.
don't be a fucking bot.com. Okay, log on, bitch. Make sure you hit us with that subscription, the likes, the shares.
And it's crazy because, like, if you make an astute observation, like, people just don't realize that it's not, like, his opinion or, like, what he believes in. It's just what's right.
Right.
It's just the actual fact.
Right.
Like, you don't have to believe 1 + 1 = 2, but saying it out loud, if you say, you have, like, that knee-jerk reaction where it's like, well, how could you say that when it's, like, you know, how dare you? But it's the fucking fact, and it's just, like,
But sometimes 1 + 1 = 3.
1 + 1 = 3 if you work it out.
Sometimes.
What is it? The Socratic whatever?
Right, the Socratic method.
Yeah, Socratic method.
Right. It's still just a theory. It's not proven, I don't think.
Well,
But it is replicatable.
okay, that's why it's a method still, not a fact.
Right.
Makes sense.
I don't know how
Well, the
science
method-
works out.
Me-
I'm just
could still
spitballing
be
here.
Yeah, I'm just spitballing. Socratic method.
Right. But I think that is what it is.
Well,
But-
no, it's
or
crazy
the-
because they went over the
The
Socratic method.
Pythagorean theory, dude.
The Pythagorean
Pythagorean
theorem?
or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
The A² + B² = C².
does
Imagine
it
knowing.
prove, though?
Imagine
But,
knowing.
but does that actually equate, though? Because, like, we were just
it
told
all,
that
it all
was.
equals 180.
I
We were also
utilized it in
told-
the real world, bro.
In what manner?
I've used that in the real world too, and I was cutting
building a
tiles.
roof.
Yeah, see?
Same thing. Roof tiles, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But the fucking... Other than that, dude.
Well,
And who needs a roof or a floor, first of all?
Anybody with a house.
yeah.
You know what? Trees are free, bro.
Trees are free.
So, listen. You
Are-
think motherfuckers had houses back in the day, bro?
Yeah.
Yes.
Back in the day.
Cabins.
No, before
Of the-
that,
Of
dude,
the log variety.
they had
caves.
caves,
And it caves.
but they were naturally occurring, bro. You could just find yourself a nice little
So-
honey hole.
so
You
there's
don't
no-
need
So does the water
and
follow
it
Socratic
still
method or whatever? it's
cover
called?
the water, dude. Depending on where you are, geolocated on the flat plane that is the Earth.
Flat plane. Are we gonna get into this podcast?
Dude, we can get into anything on this podcast.
Earth is round. Just like how 9mm is better than 45 ACP.
Everybody in the comment section knows distinctly that those are two major lies that have been perpetrated upon the civilian populace since day one. So
I'm as anti-government as the next guy, but 9mm is better than 45 ACP.
could you imagine being that much because the government switched 9mm?
The government switched to 9mm.
They didn't?
Well, according to your arguments, they still don't.
What?
According to your arguments, they don't.
Well,
all
it
use
depends
9mm.
It depends on
not all. No.
It depends on which side's on his side.
Yeah, exactly.
First of all,
in the comments,
just like
in the comments,
just like the 30 stupid carry, the 30 stupid carry, bro. All about the capacity, which is why it's so much better than the 9mm.
I never said that. I said it is better on capacity than 9mm. My argument is so with the 45 ACP, which is clearly ballistically far more sound than a 9mm.
Capacity? No. Then 9mm? You talking about terminal ballistics or actual just like
any type of ballistic equation you can come up with?
What's
the 45 ACP, it doesn't matter if it's slower, it's way heavier.
Well, you said every way.
Yes, right. But the fact that it's heavier, so like when you have a 45 ACP,
okay,
in a standard configuration, just ball ammo.
230 grain.
230 grain, going anywhere from 850 to 950, depending on who loads it. And you have a 115 or even a 124, going 1,050,
I would say
1,100.
Standard, most people get 147s, but
most people get 147s. Nobody gets 147s. Everybody wants 124s or 115 on the range.
You're thinking about it as someone that knows what they're doing. You got to think about these people that are like, yeah, like, can I get some like of those hollow tip bullets that you guys sell?
Well, he's talking about just ball ammo.
Well, just ball ammo.
FMJ ball ammo.
115 versus 230.
Or 124. We got the 124s at the shop.
Blazers, yeah.
Which is a good load.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, that might be going 1050, 1100, and then the variation in between, fucking a few feet per second or whatever. So maybe some of them are only going 1,000, 1,015. Maybe some of them are going 1,125. Who knows?
I give it like 1,000 out of a Glock 17.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but that's 115 or 120. It's almost double, bro. And it's still almost meeting the same velocity.
See,
and so
I feel like it's kind of comparing penetration through like a paper bag, because you, especially if you're competent enough to shoot and get like even like fucking,
no matter what caliber, well placed shots is what matters. Yeah. Regardless, even if you got a 22 in your hands. That being said, ballistically speaking, a 45
in speed.
A 45 is a half an inch damn near without even expanding. So even in a military situation where you are relegated per the Geneva Convention to ball ammo. Yeah. So, and again, it doesn't have to be a 1911. You could give them a FNX 45 Tactical, you can give them a USP, you can give them a Mark 23, you can give them a whatever the fuck you want. You give them a Glock 21. But would it not make more sense there? Also, because it would.
Well,
also,
but magazine capacity is a big factor.
Realistically, though,
the person with the most ammo wins, man.
The person that can make the quickest, most effective hits wins.
Well, I mean, but you have more of a chance with more magazine capacity.
Why are you substituting magazine capacity for poor training and execution?
I'm not saying necessarily.
But that's what it equates to.
Well,
because
even after the best training, I catch one to the chest. It's gonna
right. So, but this is the thing, though, is practically speaking, in an FNX 45 Tactical, it holds 16 rounds.
Yep.
Of 45. In an M17, it holds 18 rounds.
Well, that's going to go off in your pants anyway. So.
Right. So they'd be better with a thrown rock at this point. But
a sharpened pole.
That's what they called me in high school. The fucking, either way.
The javelin.
Right. Dude, they tried to hire me in medieval times, but.
The way your bank account's set up.
Right. But no, like, and this is legitimately not even a biased argument, bro. Like, yes, I love the 45 ACP.
Well,
I think it's the most versatile semi-automatic handgun caliber around because you can get anything from a fucking 600 feet per second wide cutter target shoot and load where you can see the fucking bullet traveling downrange if you're standing on the side of the person shooting, all the way up to some 45 super ass shit in the right gun that will literally kill a T-Rex. And anywhere in between.
Well,
the 9mm... No, it's facts.
No, T-Rexes don't exist.
That's why
Dinosaurs
exactly.
didn't exist. So.
And you know what still does? The 1911.
Oh.
So either way.
And isn't it
with the right name? If you get
Henry 4570
okay,
is the only confirmed kill on a T-Rex, bro?
What?
Come on.
That was fucking hot. That was filmed in a Hollywood basement. Much like the moon landing.
Literally.
The fucking... The Chili Peps told us, dude.
Chili Peps.
Let's look into it. But like, for real though, like, on paper,
okay,
what would you say is the best 9mm load? Like, if you could pick one 9mm load to carry, what would it be and why?
Just the versatility. Anything to carry, like brand and everything, or just the load and
like what? I mean, obviously only certain people load certain shit. You can hand roll your own at home however you want. Mm-hmm. But like, is it Spear Gold Dot? Is it Winchester Rangers? Is it HSTs? Is it Plus P? Is it standard pressure? Is it 124, 115, 147?
I would say so. There's a big.
He got the motherfucking herders and shit from back.
The herders.
He got the herders.
One of them.
I shot through all that before that I quit, but I would say, as far as versatility, from micro compact all the way up to like full size handgun, probably like Plus P 124 grain.
Okay.
And I know there's certain studies that show that, like, since it's Plus P doesn't expand is good just because of how fast it's moving, but also you got to consider that when they do those testing and all that data comes from like a full size gun, as far as versatility and putting that in like a fucking like micro compact or something,
okay,
then you get the most out of the spectrum, not the autism one, by the way. But
which we still make sure we milk every bit of the most of the spectrum.
But I would definitely say that just because, as far as ballistically speaking.
So if you had to pick, is it SIG Elite Performance? Is it Federal HST? Is it Spear Gold Dot?
I would probably go like the Federal HST or Spear Gold Dot, to be 100% honest.
Such a basic bitch. Could you imagine?
Just a bit.
Having a.
There's a reason why there's lines outside Starbucks when that fucking pumpkin spice latte comes out. It's because it's good shit.
No. Get off the
because
podcast.
of brain.
Get off the
That's where I draw the line.
It's brainwashed.
He owns Uggs, dude.
I'm sure he does.
Well, they're comfy.
Has him sitting right next to his tins.
Yeah.
Have you ever raw dogged Uggs before?
Listen,
I would never let them touch me.
first of all, he does.
When you
he's
buy
got a
it,
texture thing.
well,
see, he's got a texture.
There's
can't even.
There's some details that you left out. I don't have the stovepipe Uggs. Mine's have laces.
I don't care.
But see, here's the thing. You say that now, until you've put a fresh pair on with no socks.
I won't.
He said his.
You won't.
He can't.
I will not.
Imagine not enjoying the little things in life.
No, my feet are fine. It's the hands.
It's the hands.
Shit. Yeah.
Either I would imagine that it's any part of your body.
No,
because wouldn't you still feel the same texture on your?
Like I could if I had it, like I could put on like a velvet lined jacket.
He cannot.
It's just I'd have to have my hands and a fist going through the sleeves because if anything touches the inside of my fucking hands, I don't feel the shit.
You don't mess with Sherpa jackets, is what you're telling me.
I can wear one.
Okay.
I just have to put my hand in a fist.
Gotta put the garbage bags over first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, to each his own.
Like fleece blankets and shit. Like
the warmest, by the way.
They fuck with me, dude.
You know what's crazy? Even like the nasty car trunk wool blankets probably keep you alive, but I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be able to do it.
No, wool's fine. I don't have no problem with wool.
So you have a problem with wool, but not cotton soft shirt?
Depends on the texture of the wool. So I've seen some wool that's like more loosely packed and shit.
Well, no, I mean, cotton kills. Doesn't insulate when it's wet. So.
Well, you get the modern.
Always wear merino wool socks. This is going to be my dad advice, as
Don't you say fucking Father Flan or fucking any of the fucking.
As Mr. GT says, cotton kills.
Cotton does kill, but at the same time,
in many ways,
why would you not? Much like the other situation,
bro, cotton kept them alive.
Number,
right?
Technically,
for the cotton, they wouldn't be
right. Right. If anything, dude. Should be ordering some Hanes by the pallet. But the fucking... Listen,
Merino
Jordan
wool
liked him.
Hanes?
He was a sponsor.
But
the fucking...
That's a missing part of the market. Hanes
What?
underwear.
Fruit of the Loom, dude.
Fruit of the Loom, but merino wool.
Listen, but Duluth Trading, you could wear them for 2 days and not have to...
He's got to switch them, turn them inside
Right.
out and everything.
Right. But the fucking... So, I don't know how we got here from
Can you
45
imagine wool?
ACP. You're trying to distract me from
I'm not
the
trying to
fact-
distract you. Just in basic terms, as far as from novice shooter to elite shooter, 9mm is just better. There's more use
listen.
cases for it, is what I'm saying.
First of all,
You don't just like give
use
some.
case, this motherfucker
You don't.
says.
If,
That's like saying weapon systems platform. It's just a rifle, bro.
first of all, it's a weapon system.
No, it's not.
It just depends on what it is.
It's
'Cause-
the rifle
What
in
if
and of
say-
itself
say-
is not even a weapon. You
Say-
are the weapon,
well,
dude. It
that's
is
why
merely
it's a
the tool.
system.
No.
Because altogether,
No.
you know, my rifle's nothing without me. I'm nothing.
What
without my
about
rifle.
systemic racism? But like for
Because
real,
you gotta think about it. Weapon system is the same thing as saying long gun.
no.
Yeah, it is.
Because a weapon system could also be a PDW. It could also
PD
be just a handgun.
See,
it could also just be. It could be a shotgun.
This is that brainwashing
weapon-
that the government.
A weapon system.
There's no such
platform.
thing as an AR pistol. It's just a short AR. There's no short-barreled rifle. It's just a rifle.
Listen, you're the one selling sport twos, dude.
Sport
I don't
twos.
fucking have
Sport
nothing to do with that
twos.
shit. Dude. So, but that was my first AR that I bought legally. It was
Okay.
a sport two, dude.
Respect.
And it's one of my highest grossing vidges on the channel.
Is it?
I mean, it's definitely.
Well, you gotta think about it. The amount of people that probably.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
That looked up Sport 2. And everybody else is paid chills.
Right. We're not offering any money, so.
Well, I mean,
but like,
look up his Shadow Systems whole series for that.
dude, they
Everybody else says Shadow Systems is good.
love it.
They love it.
Did you actually watch it, dude?
I watched
when I was
it,
in the
yeah.
middle of the woods,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Fuck.
What the
You know what I saw the other day?
And the thing is, I would let them. I give them the benefit of the doubt.
Did
to
you
act-
see
if
the
they actually
Han Solo
helped you.
though?
Yeah.
That was icy.
I,
I probably couldn't replicate, but it was icy, dude. I got it on cam, so it counts.
I'd give them the benefit of the doubt that it was a lemon if they would have helped you out. But since they were being dicks about it,
No, they literally. I have the emails. I
Yeah.
have to dig through, but they themselves said, "Yeah, we know about it, and we have a Gen 2." They sent me the Gen 2 mag catch. It looked identical. I even showed it in the video where I had the fake piece of poo. I don't know if you've seen that one. But that was hilarious. But the fucking like, it was the same fucking. It almost. I've 3D printed ones that are more structurally sound than the fucking bullshit fucking whack ass polymer that fucking Shady Systems is putting in their
shady
fucking
systems.
pistols, dude.
Don't give them any clout. That sounds cooler than Shadow Systems.
Right. So like.
Here you go. I got a bunch of fixes for you right
Right, dude. There's enough. Oh, you need some of these? If they're extended edition?
Imagine buying a $900 Glock to have to 3D print.
That's
the
what
mag.
I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Like
So it's
20
like
something of them.
it's like there's no
Like a fucking bag of Legos.
and they legitimately and then they even made, I don't know if you watched their response video.
They made a response video.
Yes, dude.
What?
Yes.
I didn't see that one.
I don't know if it's still up, but they definitely put a response video, and they didn't name me directly because they didn't want to give me the clout, and they didn't want people seeing their fucking their shit
So
failing.
they're big salty.
They're large
That
salty, dude.
their ass hurts.
Like they're
That's fucking.
dude. So,
it's
and
tender red.
but like it's the whole that's obnoxious, dude. But Terran Tactical is mad about it. He's trying to sue you currently for stealing the design, dude. But the fucking but my biggest problem with that is like, yes, could I put a fucking Glock OEM in it?
Sure.
Could I 3D print one that's fucking better than the shit that comes from the factory for fucking $900?
But you're
go
spending a rack on it, man.
Not even, dude, and that's child's play, bro. Like Chucky with a knife. But the fucking like, it's marketed. My problem with it is it's marketed as a fucking duty gun. We're trying to get law enforcement contracts. We're trying to get military contracts. this is the end-all, be-all, this is Glock perfection on Kaioken times 10 with fucking Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, bro, is how they're marketing this shit. And then, I don't fuck with spites, dude. Get that out of here, bro. It's fucked up. It's a chunky little mother grabber. But the other one in there is way bigger. Get that away from me, dude. I'll shoot.
Ouch.
I'll fucking shoot.
That's a juicy one.
Dude, there's ones like that just be on the prop, dude. You be sitting around the bonfire and all of a sudden...
Frog, dude, is that better for you?
Yeah, I'm cool with the frogs.
It eats it.
That'd be fucked up because he could. But, like, either way, like, they market it as, and they have so many people, and fucking people like fucking John Lovell of the fucking Warrior Poets Society, which I've never heard some shit. I get it, dude. Whatever, bro.
I actually think it's kind of a cool name, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, that's what I was gonna mention though. Is I just saw the John Lovell.
That's the whole marketing part of it,
on
though.
fucking
About the shitty systems?
about his fucking line
Carry
of the
gun.
shadow system shit, right?
Yes, of course, because he's selling them.
But everybody in the comms was talking mad shit about the shadow system.
Because it's garbage.
Everybody.
Because it's garbage.
It's like it's the
No, I'm-
information's
dude,
gotten out now.
I'm serious, bro. And I don't want to say that I'm responsible for it because I'm not the only one. Because when you get on the fucking cucked ass Shadow Systems owner Facebook page and whatever the
That's a thing?
He was there.
There was a lot of them, dude. And there's dudes that don't have YouTube channels or whatever, but are still posting videos in the forums about how their mags are dropping, the triggers are dead, they're having type 1, 2, 3, and fucking 5 malfunctions at the same time, and everybody is just cucked so hard. They're like, yeah, well, mine's fucking 100% reliable. Shot a box of 50 through it.
A box of MagTech 50.
That's what I'm saying. The MagTech or the S.T.P.P, bro,
Yeah.
depending on how. But you know what? That should be slapping though, dude. Listen, I don't give a fuck.
clutch, man.
The MagTech, dude, is underrated ammo. Dude.
It really
the box does not look like it's anything special, but it's good quality ammo. You know what? They
There's
load
that
it
training.
hotter.
Yeah.
They load it hotter than most people do. It's coming out of Brazil, dude. I'll fuck with them, bro.
Yeah.
The president of Brazil is actually fucking. First of all, shout out to Brazil for having a president, and not like
everybody.
Right.
Yeah, I have a prime minister.
Right,
What's even that?
dude, right, dude. Fucking, we talking ribs or what, dude? Because that's where you're supposed to fuck. But the fucking either way, like they're
So what was the problem with it though? Like why exactly was the MagTech?
because so check this out. So whatever polymer they were using
Okay.
is subpar,
All right.
and so much like any tool that because I was carrying this gun with the Holosun 507 CX2 with the Surefire X300 in a Raven Concealment Vanguard. I was carrying it. When I got home, I put it in the nightstand. When I fucking was at work, I would fucking shoot it and train with it and do whatever. And fucking, like, in a short succession, in maybe a few months' time, 2, 3, 4 months,
Okay.
I let everybody shoot it.
Okay.
Because to me, at the time, I was sold, bro. Check this out. I was sold.
He was shilling for the shadow system.
I wasn't shilling, but I was like, yo,
It's a decent gun.
this is pretty solid.
Yeah.
Because if you send your Glock out to agency, Salient, whoever the fuck,
Okay.
ATEI, Jaegerworks, whoever, it's going to be more expensive and you get the same fit. I think that their optics mounting system is legit.
Okay.
I think that they definitely have that down. It's direct mount. I think that...
You could throw Shadow Systems slide on a fucking
Right.
third gen Glock, so.
But still, though, that's the whole thing, though. So, like, but it's a weird... It's an amalgamation of, like, Gen 3 and Gen 4. At least
Yeah.
with the lower.
Yeah.
And so, it's like a weird... It doesn't... Like, you couldn't necessarily mate one up to a P80 or a Lone Wolf or that kind of shit. Which is what most people are doing. Or at least what I like to think that most people are doing because fuck the government.
I would hope so.
So, but... right. But so like... And that's my use case for it. Because it's like... And I have a dagger slide. Believe this. I have a dagger slide.
Yeah.
Josh with the PSA?
Listen, bro.
It's amazing.
It amazes me that I
Wait,
even
hold on.
allowed myself.
My whole universe is imploding.
Yeah.
Listen, dude.
Everything he's ever known.
Just
trusting you.
Let's put Shadow Systems on the bench. Let's bring up this Palmetto State Armory that You so-called.
It was $89. It was flat darker Cerakoted.
Okay.
Came with the threaded barrel.
Okay.
Complete.
So it's an assault gun.
Yes.
Okay.
All of my guns are
assault guns. If you don't got a couple assault guns, then
imagine.
I don't know why you're watching this video.
Imagine only having a couple assault guns.
Well, I mean, you have to have at least some.
Well, 2 is 1, 1 is none, 3 is even better. So if
Exactly.
you only have 2, you still only have 1. So remember that, people. Buy more guns, especially the scary ones.
Yes.
But make them at home. Make them at home, even better yet, because then they're even more scary because they're
not even scary anymore. That's terrifying.
Fucking spooky and shit. But so
spray paint them too.
$89.
Nobody has ghost guns anymore, bro.
On a daily deal, dude.
Okay. Overview right now, out of 10, give it a rating.
I've only got like 900 rounds through it. I haven't even broken 1,000 on it.
So it's an overview, not a review.
Well, it's an initial impression.
Yeah. Okay.
So
thumbnail specific.
Right. I'm not mad.
Okay.
But again, I shot the Shadow Systems. I shot the sheriff, but I also shot the. But
I have to try some.
But like, I shot because realistically,
okay,
statistically speaking, most guns, if you're going to have an issue, it's going to show itself within the first 1,000 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
If they're made well enough to where they would last past that. There's a lot of guns, like if you buy a Ruger LCP
mm-hmm.
and you shoot 1,000 rounds through it, it's probably going to break. It's definitely going to be rusted.
It was designed to put 1,000 rounds through it, yeah.
Right, but the problem is that's a carry gun. And people buy them to carry them, and then people are out there carrying them. And if you're carrying a gun, you should be practicing with that gun to make sure that you are as most capable as you possibly can to use that if and when you need to, especially since it's a cucked gun to begin with, and you're already at a disadvantage with either capacity, the shootability, the caliber, the whatever the fuck it is. So you should be out there fucking putting rounds to that bitch.
Just
if
like
you go out there
just like the
and
people who have carry mags and range mags, bro. You have your carry gun and your range gun. Same
shit. That makes sense.
Yeah, but still, dude, like I don't think you could wear out a Glock mag, dude. Honestly,
I've never seen it
wear
before.
out an HK mag.
I've seen Magpul mags get worn out.
I haven't worn out mags. I've broken mags from leaving them loaded. On the original AK-47 mags, if you left them loaded, which a lot of because they split because they weren't steel reinforced.
Oh, okay.
So they split at the feed lip. That being said, noticeable visible crack in the rear of the magazine where the little U where it comes up, locked in, still fed. That being said, am I going to put that in a fucking plate carrier for go time? No. So, but they all credit to them. And
especially like P-mags and stuff now, are the metal is kind of designed to go through the cycle. So if you leave your mags loaded, people, it's not a problem. You don't have to cycle through a fucking mag every month.
No.
Switch it out.
Here's the thing. A lot of people, I had a buddy who's a cop, still is a cop, and he's actually on like one of their teams and shit. And he's probably one of the most based cops I've ever seen. I've seen him commit crimes.
Okay.
Probably. Yeah. Like,
are they good crimes?
Right. Yes.
Okay, how about that?
Yes. Yes. But so like, but he, no matter what I told him,
mm-hmm.
he would have, because he'd have a Glock 23 for off duty.
Okay.
Because it was on the approved list or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
13-shot magazine. He would only load it to 9. Listen, because of the springs, dude. That's what I'm saying, dude. And I told him,
there's even been independent tests done, and I've seen videos of people doing it where they've left P-mags loaded for
They're
years.
pulling out fucking 1911 mags from World War I, and they still feed and function flawlessly.
It's because that's the way that they're designed. You're actually doing more damage to the
by
spring
loading and unloading.
by unloading it and then putting it into a
because
new
it's
one.
the compression and decompression that weakens the spring.
Yeah, it causes
Can you take it out? Right.
Steel. Yeah.
Can you take it out, stretch it, get a couple extra fucking reps out of it? Sure.
Maybe.
But no, we've done it.
Well, no, I'm saying as far as like self.
Because Larry's cheap.
As far as like self-preservation from the magazine is what I'm saying. is you're
Don't
better off
ever buy a
loading.
metal gun from.
You're better off loading the mag and just fucking leaving it than unloading it and then fucking. I've seen people unload them and date them.
Yeah.
They'll just write the date.
No, and they let them rest.
Yeah, they let them rest.
rest.
So it doesn't
Bro,
come
it's
in
like a
at night.
steak. It's like a Wagyu beef thing. I'm just chilling on the counter for a little bit. They're like, yeah, it's good now.
Can't use this mag right now.
Right.
It's gotta rest.
Why the fuck?
Stupid, man.
So that's the thing. Like you could leave like I have a bunch. All of my mags are loaded.
Well, yeah.
But then
I would
even,
hope so.
but I got a lot of fucking mags.
Yeah.
And then even more so, I
Not all
have.
loaded.
Well, right, but this is the thing. Like I have more than enough loaded mags to probably last me till the end of time,
Okay.
or at least till the rest of my life.
Well, about
Which-
the-
you like that?
The end of your
Right.
time.
Yeah.
So, but like then I also have a fuck ton of them that are brand new in box or
The bag.
plastic or
Yeah.
whatever, because just for a rainy day. Just
Okay.
because I know, given that fucking it was properly produced, that when I fucking slit that bitch open, I'm like, oh, nice hiss. And then and then
It's like
see the Marine
open
1984.
it.
But like
that new PS5
right.
thing.
So, and that's a vibe. When you open up a new game,
Oh my.
when you have to slit the top of it, and then
The
like
saran wrap comes
right,
off.
dude. But like you didn't even grab for the pocket knife. You were just like Hadouken, and oh
Shit.
shit, dude! It's like
That's a
MySpace in
thumbnail.
2003.
That's a thumbnail.
We have to make sure all our eyes glow.
Yeah. With red, yeah.
But the fucking, but yeah. So I have a bunch. I have a fuck ton of mags that are brand new in the packaging, never used, to bust out in a day and time. Because like the way that I look at it is everything is perishable. Everything,
Especially mags.
right. So, and if I am keeping them loaded for whatever, while it might not drastically affect the spring in the way of work hardening by being used, it is at some point going to take a set.
It's just having a fresh mag.
Right.
Yeah.
So I have replacements to everything. If I got one, I got two. If I got two, I got four. If I got four, I got eight. So and that's loaded, and then also counterparts to match it to refill that if all of them went bad.
Okay.
And so, and that's for everything, dude. Pistols, rifles, shotguns, fucking whatever the fuck. So, but again, there's people that would think that like, again, like my dude, which no matter what I told him, and like,
Only
I
9
don't
rounds.
know, I don't fucking know shit, dude. Don't fucking listen to me about nothing. But if there's one thing I do know, it's that fucking leaving your mags loaded
Isn't a problem.
is not a problem.
Not at all.
I do it. I've done it since the beginning of time. At least my time. So, like, but,
Well, yeah.
So,
I mean, you
you
said
know.
what? 1911 mag from fucking.
dude, legitimately, we can pull up the video, dude.
1920.
They for
loaded
real
till right
pulling
now.
out World
Yeah.
War I magazines that were fucking stashed away in a fucking whatever the fuck, and they put it in a gun, bang, 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 7-8 shots, dude. You're done. It works. Locks back.
And you can load it
Everything's
again.
Right. So, a lot of the shit, now again though,
It's fun.
that being said, somebody would hear that and be like, yo, I could have one magazine and it'll be good forever. That's not the point.
No.
So,
Still
the
perishable.
You should still
Right.
definitely not have only one
Right.
bag.
But that being said,
Yeah.
the discrepancy of, that's what kills me, dude, is the people coming into the shop and then they get a gun. Oh, it comes with 3 mags. Never need to buy another one. Or fucking, you know.
Imagine not reloading 4 times.
Right, dude. Right, dude. Imagine being that bad of a shot where you have to reload 4 times. But like,
Imagine
how many
thinking that you have to be that good of a shot, but also you had to send shots down a range that affected more than 4 mags worth of people.
listen, dude. If you shoot 145 ACP, this is a callback. This
There
is
we
what
go
they call
again.
the show business.
There we go
It's like
again.
if you shoot 140, it's like Hiroshima, dude.
Yeah.
So if your problem's not done with that, dude, it's the lizard people. So, because they could survive in
But-
high temperatures
okay.
and underground.
Because they're roaches?
Well, no, because they're
Lizard
lizards.
Well, I thought
Because
are roaches more resilient than lizards?
Yes.
Are they?
Yes.
Well, to the hot and the cold. Because the lizards, if you could
Well, more
freeze a
so.
lizard.
Well, you gotta think
nuclear
about it
reactions.
also. Where are all the lizards? They're down south.
No, they're underground. They're underneath the crust, bro. Which, whatever that may be, dude. But, like...
Makes sense, I would say. It is hotter the deeper you go.
That's what I'm saying. And they're cold-blooded.
Okay.
And so, like, they have to keep their body temperature.
That's why it's so hot in this
So that's why the president has a bunker.
Right, dude, because it's closer to the core, dude. Whatever that may be, dude.
Makes sense.
Which it could just be like a military nuclear reactor, not the actual...
He's just charging every day, just plug itself in.
Listen, dude. Who knows what the fuck they got going on, dude. And we'll never know. We'll never know until we got the fucking eagle eye in the sky looking down on that out.
I don't know how long it's been paused for. But
is it playing again?
it paused itself. And
No,
now
it's
recording again.
No, it's not. It says stop
It is.
recording, dude.
It is recording.
How long...
Watch it be
This is
paused
the
all the
ultimate
time.
time for the most
Imagine
part.
having a $48,000 computer and still not knowing how to use it, dude. There's too many RGBs in
It's
this.
just fucking happening. Like the same shit with the fucking went the other screen. I'm
Now
not
I
even
get-
near this shit.
Does it have like a timeout type of thing?
No.
It shouldn't, bro. It's supposed
No.
to be a live streaming studio apparatus interface
A weapon
or
system.
something.
A weapon system.
Dude,
Just go ahead and
shit
say
on
You
it.
got the Bowie knife, dude? He's
What-
about to give me the scalp.
Let's just get it off
Dude,
our
I
chest.
could fucking-
What's your problem with the whole weapon systems thing?
It's pretentious.
Well,
And it's
I mean-
a much to do about nothing. Listen. And Jaeger, R.I.P.,
Mhm.
said the same thing. And I've always felt the same way. But he was like one of the big dudes to come out and say it. He's like, you sound like an idiot, bro. It's a rifle. It's just a rifle. Because the weapon systems platform, that's 3 words to describe
okay,
one
so that's
thing.
totally different. Weapon systems platform is too much. Weapon system could be anything.
But that's where it comes from. That's the abbreviated version of the weapon systems
well, the
platform.
abbreviated version should just be the regular version, in my opinion. Then
No, because again, the regular version is rifle, shotgun, handgun, PDW.
well,
I will
I feel
accept.
like when it's weapon system, it's including the optic, the light, the fucking.
My
But
rifle
I'm talking
has a
about
red
rifle, I'm
dot.
talking about the light, the fucking optic
Listen.
and shit.
If it doesn't have a fucking iron sights, white light, and a sling, it's not a rifle.
But it works together as a system. Because the rifle, it's just by itself.
It's not a rifle if it's not set up for rifle tasks, bro. Which means, in the least bit, you need iron sights,
Okay.
a white light, and a sling. A dot is a nicety, not a necessity. Fucking night vision is a nicety, not a necessity.
Okay.
Because, again, iron sights,
I would say time
white
are
light.
wrong with that one, but
Listen, but this is the thing, though. Is it better? Would I much rather have night vision? Would I much rather have thermal? Would I much rather have heat-seeking fucking missiles? Of course. Of course I would. But you know what you can still get it done with bare minimum? Iron sights, white lights, and a sling.
okay,
Because most bad shit happens in the dark. You can't shoot what you can't see.
definitely can't.
Iron sights do not run out of batteries. They're typically far more durable than electronics,
but they still
glass,
do break,
plastic,
though.
whatever. Okay, right. But the same thing as a revolver never jams, but it does. If a bullet drums a crimp, you need a gunsmith.
Mhm.
So, but overall, the premise, keep it simple, stupid.
Kiss.
Iron sights, white lights,
Okay.
and a sling. A sling to a rifle is a holster to a pistol.
Okay.
It's what retains it to you, on you. It allows you to go hands-free if need be to work on yourself or someone else medically or to open a door or to fucking do whatever the fuck you're doing. Beat your little dick like it owes you money aggressively, I might add. Otherwise it doesn't count.
Aggressively.
But
No
like-
meat tenderizer, just
Redheaded
hammer.
stepchild, dude. Just beat the shit out of him.
Beat the shit.
But the fucking, what do you know about that, dude? You can't even grow red hair. But the fucking...
You can.
Fuck you, dude.
Well, I mean,
you got a couple little
I mean,
fucking...
about to
Oh,
say,
what's the name?
technically. I mean, I have a bunch of white hair.
So do I. Because you motherfuckers be stressing me out, dude.
Yeah.
So...
the unbearing weight of the world on you.
No, honestly, dude, like, I'm not saying that's why I got a bad back, bro. It's from fucking carrying the team all the time. So, you know, but like, for real though, like, there's an idea that people think that a weapons systems platform,
I didn't say the platform part.
but it's implied, bro.
It's not implied. It's just stupid.
Exactly, bro. Which is
A
why
weapon
it's just
system
a rifle.
A weapon
bro.
system is like
Listen,
I would say that's kind of
you
like,
yourself.
some people get confused with
Okay.
like wheel, tire, and rim. So the
Not
wheel,
me.
the wheel's the whole thing.
No.
The tire's the rubber, and the rim.
False. The wheel is the rim, what most people would call it. The tire is the tire. The fucking the wheel is like, so a lot of
The
motherfuckers
wheel's the
got,
whole system.
no. The wheel is the actual rim, the entire structure of it, because that in theory would still spin. You would still make forward progress, whatever. That's what it was, a stone originally, right?
Well,
As the books
but
read.
now it's just the whole amalgamation of parts is the wheel.
Nope.
If you're missing a wheel, like you don't say I'm missing a rim, because if you say I'm missing a rim, that implies you still have the tire. So like if you have like the entire wheel, the tire, and the rim specifically, the fucking lug
The rim
nuts,
is the wheel,
display,
though, so that's saying two things with
the
one
rim
name.
is part of the wheel.
One thing with two names.
Well, I would say it's kind of that's.
Which leads me back to my original point
So it's
about
just kinda
weapon
like-
systems.
So yeah, so it's like
first
the
of all,
rifle is
again-
part of the weapon system.
Again, though, the rifle, in and of itself, by itself, does jack shit.
Well, if you buy a rifle right now and it doesn't have anything, it still counts as a rifle. But then once you put all the shit together, it's a weapon system.
No. Because it's still just a tool. You are the fucking weapon.
I didn't say it wasn't
in
a tool,
this case,
but it's still a
you're the
system.
tool.
It's still a
But
system of
with
tools.
your weapon systems platform. Dude. It's a
it might-
fucking rifle.
it might not make
Leave it in the
sense.
comment section below. It's just a fucking rifle, dude.
If I'm not making sense, leave it in the comments.
It
If
makes sense,
but see, like,
but you're wrong.
I'm,
It's just a rifle, dude.
I know it's just so it's a rifle.
A rifle, listen,
So even the bare necessity
rifle
is
is a
iron.
rifle.
Bare
whether it has
necessity.
whatever the
The
fuck
bare-
up.
a rifle, listen, a rifle is a rifle with no iron sights.
Okay.
A rifle is a rifle with fucking iron sights, an aim point, a
rifle
surefire, a fucking. It's still just a rifle.
Exactly. The
So
rifle
there's
is a
either
part of the system.
So you're gonna say,
See what
I'm
I
gonna
mean?
go grab my weapon system out of the safe. No, motherfucker.
Well,
you're
that's-
gonna go grab your rifle.
You say the rifle
You-
because it's the biggest.
Is your
part
hand
of the
is your
system.
handgun to fight your way to a goddamn
the system
weapon
wouldn't
system?
exist without the fucking rifle,
But
bro.
the
rifle is the whole in like it's
not how
the
it works.
cohabitation.
See what-
It's the environment.
Now we're straw manning.
No, we're not, dude, because I'm not trying to buy a gun for you, so. Fucking- but, like, what I'm saying, though, is regardless, no matter what you bolt to it or strip off of it,
It's not a system if it's by itself.
it's not a system.
not a system regardless.
A solar system isn't a solar system without.
I don't
without-
think. Listen, most rifles. Can we agree on this? Most rifles don't, out of the box,
Okay.
come with a white light,
Nope.
iron sights,
Nope.
and a sling.
Some maybe come with the iron sights, but the other things you stated, they definitely.
I don't even consider it a rifle without those things. So how can it be?
Well, see now that is going into the whole monogamy of it all. Because now,
Listen, I got hella bitches, dude. Don't start talking about my not. But the fucking shout out to Forrest, mom.
Yeah.
But the fucking like I don't. How
I'm just
Again.
saying the rifle is part of the system the same way that the
you
rim is part
are
of the
part
wheel.
of the system, dude. It wasn't your fault, dude. I got the T-shirt, but like, it's not.
I can't
Right.
breathe.
I still can though, even though I got asthma and shit. But like the fucking. But seriously, it's not. And I get it, bro. I get what everybody
See,
argues with this.
I agree with you with the whole weapon system
It's
platform is
just a
stupid.
rifle, bro.
But weapon,
It's a rifle, a pistol, or a shotgun. It's nothing else, dude. Unless you got a fucking cannon, a belt fed, a fucking LMG. Like until if we're talking standard civilian owned weapon systems platforms, it's a fucking handgun
the
you bolt
PL.
shit to, a shotgun you bolt shit to, or a rifle you bolt shit to.
But see-
that is the whole premise of the system.
When-
Is that you're
The
modular
what?
fucking. No, so I'm saying what you say to assimilate, bro.
the assimilate.
Because I'm the only one in the room with this shade. The fucking. It's just a rifle, bro. No matter what you
rifle's
bolt
part
to
of the
it.
system.
Listen, if you bolt a bunch of nonsensical bullshit to that rifle
Okay.
that doesn't make sense and doesn't work with each other
But
and actually
also,
excludes you from properly using that rifle, is that still a rifle?
But if you buy a
weapon
rifle,
systems
if you
platform?
buy a rifle without sights, it's useless. You can't aim with it. I mean, you can still shoot.
We've all seen from the last MP5 video that I am pretty good at point fire. So
And if you watch any YouTube shorts, it's obvious that people are still
nobody's
shooting the
using
shit
the
without
sights
sights.
anyway.
Well,
So
you know, with the whole fully ARP thing, but that's another thing. But I would definitely say that even though it is nice to have a white light, a red dot,
it's
and all that
not
stuff.
nice.
Well-
It's necessity.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying. But for
There's niceties and necessities. Red dots are necessities. Night vision, red dots are niceties. Night vision is niceties. Fucking all this other shit, and even a sling
But see, like,
is a nicety in certain situations. If you're just talking about home defense guns, maybe you don't want a sling because realistically you're not going to put it on you, and it might get hung up on a door handle or whatever the fuck clearing the house.
that's why you
Who
train
knows?
people.
That's always why you train. You got to train regardless. But it's still, to me, it's not even a rifle without iron sights, a white light, and a sling.
But see, my whole
Because I cannot use it for rifle purposes.
My whole basis for my opinion is that the rifle out of the box without iron sights, without anything, still fires.
Yes.
But once you add the system, it makes it more.
System, dude. Why you always, with all the systemic bullshit that has been perpetrated, why are you so, you're just indoctrinated at this point, dude. Like, fuck, I'm trying to break you free of that, dude. Like,
I don't see why my third eye with the
he's
weapon
got the
systems.
Stockholm syndrome.
The
dude.
Stockholm system.
Quite literally, because that's part of the weapon systems, I guess, with the stock.
I just want you to answer the question.
What?
Are you going to grab your weapon system out of the safe?
Yeah. Well, because you never know. What if I have a grenade launcher? That's
You
a weapon
don't?
system.
I
Well,
do. You don't.
Well,
Is that grenade
You
launcher
don't,
on?
though. He doesn't.
well.
A rifle.
Right. Well, you could mount it to a pistol if you wanted to, or you could just separately, individually
It's a
mount it
system.
to...
So
It's not a system. You know what's a system? Is the fucking government. And you know what's fucked up? The fucking government. So if you want a fucked up rifle to be fighting the Mujahideen with, then by all means get your weapon systems
Get
platform.
your weapon system. If you have an M16 with 203
You know
base,
what?
then just go ahead and grab your weapon system.
That's me, except it's not an actual 203. It's a 37mm Spikes fucking Havoc, dude, but it works just the same because I got a printer, bitch. So the fucking...
You see
Either
the
way...
guy that overloaded his 37mm and blew his hand off?
No, but like natural selection, dude,
Well,
which
I mean-
is a system. Natural selection is a system. When
Well,
you talk about rifles
so if you bring
with
up
red dots and D-balls and surefires, that's still just a rifle.
So a system is an amalgamation of different things that add up to all go towards the same goal.
You know what most
You know-
systems
you
are
can-
set up to do? Fail.
You know what? You can have whatever definition you want for a system. It's still not the definition of the system.
And it's still not
Oh.
the definition of a rifle.
That's because if it's on the internet, it could be made up.
We don't even exist.
No.
Yeah.
This is a figment of your
It's all-
imagination.
it's all
This is a
imagining
figment
the-
of your rifle systems platform right
My
here.
rifle systems platform.
Could you imagine having a rifle systems platform? Or a weapon systems platform? You
Could
don't
be
even
me.
know if it's a rifle or not. You just open up the safe and like there's something there. It's not even
You know what's
somebody.
crazy? Because like not non-binary, but my rifle is binary. If you get what I'm saying, you track it.
Imagine not having a complete and total full auto.
Well, you gotta think about it. That is binary. It's full auto.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Same
It's two
thing.
separate actions of the trigger, dude.
Well,
Full
no.
auto is one action of the trigger with multiple rounds.
Binary means that I'm bound to one thing. Same thing if you be like fucking bind a key to
fired,
Tarkov.
depending on the context.
Well, you know that's why you always gotta do that context.
Because
Well,
you could have a fluid rifle, dude.
Okay.
Because if
binary
we
by
learned
definition, I
anything
think
from
it's
Bruce
two
Lee,
different
Wait.
it must be like, what?
That makes wait. It makes sense to have a non-binary rifle because I got safe fire and full auto
That's what I'm saying, dude. You can't have a third option in a binary system.
because it's fluid.
Right.
So
It's all coming together, people. We are
It's all
solving
coming-
the world's
we are
problems
solving the world's
one
problems.
podcast at a time.
If only I could solve the fucking camera problems.
Why? What happened again?
Nothing yet.
nothing yet.
Well,
the
now you're
last
going to
time.
speak it into
I
existence,
know.
dude. You're going to make the camera systems platform fail because
I wonder how many FBI agents we've gone through.
I mean, they're in a board meeting right now with this on the live stream.
With this on the live,
Yeah.
they're
And
just all
this is
sitting there
right
just like,
now. This is right now they're watching this. Like, they don't even have to wait till it gets uploaded or fucking...
am I like tangled?
Probably. It was a trap the whole time. It's a trap. There's Admiral Akbar in the background. The fucking...
Oh, it is tangled.
On what?
The chair,
The chair, yeah.
which is a chair systems platform.
Well, if you
Which
think
is
about
what-
it, the chair is a system because it has wheels, it has legs, and it also has the seat which you sit on the back of the chair and everything.
I'm gonna pop your wheels, break your legs, and fucking sit you down in that chair if you keep talking about fucking chair systems platforms, dude. Because
Chair
this is some
systems
bullshit
platforms.
about fucking Galdang.
It got tangled again.
Imagine fucking ruining the podcast system platform with your fucking.
It is a system. There's a lot of parts that go into making it working.
So, this is just a podcast, not a podcast.
If you want to go deeper into it, people, our rifle's a system.
We
in
don't.
itself.
It's like Pokemon because there's no PP left for that move, so we can't go deeper, dude. That might be an option for you, but like we're bottomed out, dude.
We're bottomed out. The 88 miles per hour has been achieved.
Listen, dude, why's it got to be 88, bro? Because I didn't even say it. You said it, and it just so happens to be that those numbers correlate with letters in a certain. You know, right?
Well, I mean, a little bit. I got it from the DeLorean, but
Is that a political systems platform?
political system?
is that
platform?
what the fuck is going on right now? Because no, but seriously though, like it. First of all, I want to say this, dude. And again, how long have we been going, dude? An hour and a half, dude. That ain't nothing. Dude. We're gonna be here for another 12
I was
hours.
about to say last time was 4, wasn't it? 4 1/4.
Are we holding you against your will?
No, I watched the whole thing.
It sounds like you were here for the whole thing. I wasn't. You were. I don't even remember, dude.
Well,
so if anything,
I'm
was
talking
that a
about the
podcast systems platform that
Well,
I wasn't even bolted
it was
onto
still a
the
system
quad
'cause
rail?
there was a camera, there was audio, me and Scales, and you just offered
Me
your
and
own,
Scales,
offered
he
your
says.
little own thing.
What is this, dude?
Because it's over here getting
jazz
sticky and
hands.
shit. That's what's
Yeah,
happening.
I need hand sanitizer.
Still the best though was when he brought hand sanitizer back.
I was just trying
No,
to save you, bro.
well,
in
he-
his hand.
I respect
'Cause
that.
you also
he's
touched
a
the
solid.
pot.
He is a solid squad member because he
Look,
shared his hand
over there.
sanitizer. Yeah,
Come here, come here.
Yeah.
and it was more effective because he got the hand sanitizer straight from the source, from the
Right.
teat.
Yeah.
Which is
Check
what
out
I
mounted on my wall.
prefer
Okay.
to get. Which is pretty
A
impressive.
system.
No, it's just a hand sanitizer dispenser.
But the hand sanitizer is nothing without the actual sanitizer in the machine.
The hand sanitizer dispenser wouldn't exist without the wall, bro. Which
See?
wouldn't exist
The wall,
without the
the
house
dispenser,
and
the
the fucking the whole.
The more we compare it to outside things, the
Get
more
out
the
of the
system
studio.
makes sense.
Get out of the
Yeah.
studio. Just, fucking...
I know we're anti-system here politically,
Listen, dude.
but my
I'm trying to fight
my
the system.
weapon-
You're trying to propagate it.
my
bro.
weapon is a system because it includes
Imagine-
me. See, it just blew his mind.
No.
He's frozen.
It blew my mind that you would even claim that a mere inanimate object. If this is such a weapon, how come it hasn't killed any of us yet?
Because the other
The
part
night
of the
is still
system,
young.
like IEU, since this is your gun.
No,
that,
I am the weapon.
exactly.
I'm the weapon.
Because you can hurt somebody.
But this is
with
not a
something.
system, though, dude. Because
It's
like
part
when
of the system.
I don't have to file any.
But that's
forms,
also its system in itself.
So you're saying.
It's got rounds. It's got a magazine. It's got a slide. It's got all that stuff. So it's,
You know what also has all those things? Just a fucking handgun. Just a regular, off-the-shelf, no matter who made it, ass handgun of the semi-automatic variety. So this is what I'm saying. It's much to do about nothing. While in your mind, which everybody's okay to be wrong. It's a free cunt.
it's a free cunt.
but
That's
like,
what she said.
but like, well, that's usually the cunt you don't want to partake in.
Well, I
because
mean,
I'm not trying to be a citizen.
Penicillin
I'm
shots.
sovereign. Is that another? Is that a penis systems platform, dude? Or is it?
Well,
what do you-
technically,
What do you? Okay.
I got
Listen,
rounds. They're not blanks.
He's got rounds, bro. Motherfucker, 32 ACP. Ass
32
the fuck outta here.
ACP.
Little
I-
fucking think
22 short, maybe. That's what I
at
would
best, dude.
say. 20,
On a
You
good
know what?
day,
Not- no.
even when it's fucking
Nah,
80 degrees outside.
80 degrees, full chub, 22 Calibri.
I fuck with it. You wanna know why? Because you can shoot in the backyard. Doesn't make that much noise.
And also, I could do damage and nobody know where it came from.
It's more emotional damage.
Well, you gotta think about it. Yeah, it's because you know you got shot, but it's not like
No, I don't know that it's you even got shot. It's like you witnessed
you witness. It's
just like how hard you would have to squint your eyes
Okay.
is straining on the ocular cavity.
More damage from squinting the eyes from the damage of the gun. I would
Just to be
say
able
so.
to see the tiny peen that you possess.
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
He bucks the system, people. You want to talk about a system?
You want to talk about a system?
It was rigged against him the whole time, but even from birth, dude.
Even from birth.
Even from birth, dude. And you know what?
It's a fucked up system, too, because, like, the skin color doesn't translate to the length.
Right, dude. Well, you're also half and half, though, dude. So
that's
really,
also... what did they call it? The handicap in golf?
Well, I'm not a big Tiger Woods fan, but, like, the
me either, but...
You don't say. But like, I just overall though.
Okay.
Again, and I'm not trying to. I get where you're coming from. I understand it because yes, much like most things, right? And this is a lot of things that people do like not take into consideration. And this is why I really fuck with T-Rex Arms is because he's telling you that can you buy a rifle for $1,000? No,
you can't. Because there's no system supporting that rifle.
I don't know that it's a system per se, as it's just a chest rig and a fucking.
That's a system because you can't have a rifle without ways to feed the rifle, and if you want to have,
It came with one mag, dude.
It can't. I just gotta reload it.
30 rounds. When am I ever gonna expel that many rounds in one sitting, dude? Other than the range, I don't shoot competition.
Do you guys got any 10-round magazines?
Yeah. Can I get a 16-inch upper for my pist?
Disgusting.
Right.
But, I mean, that hit it right on the head, I would say, as far as, like...
Just get the 20-inch.
Yeah.
Well, you could vibe check people's plates, dude. And that's
Definitely
why I am leaving the door. I'm walking outside with the 20, dude. Because you know what?
13.9.
If I have to fucking over-the-shoulder it and right-side peek your ass and fucking black my eye off the ACOG... Which you wouldn't, because it doesn't produce enough recoil out of a 5.56. But even if it did, because it might be the Wilson 308, you know, because you never know. Because sometimes you want that extra penetration.
That's an 18,
it's a
right?
14.5.
14.
It's a 14.5 308.
More fire
coming down.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
Motherfuckers are just dying out of fear.
Out of fear.
They're just what like, yo,
what is
that was louder than
uncomfortably
shit.
loud noise? Yeah.
Right. So
I would say for me, leaving the house right now, 13.9.
Right, which is a practical. I would still go 14.5, just because you do get, and you can't refute this.
Okay.
You do get slightly. You get this is why 14.5 is mil spec.
Okay.
Because you do get out of any load in 5.56 the terminal ballistic effect that you are supposed to.
All right.
So, if you're shooting 77s out of a 13.9, which you should be shooting heavier grain bullets out of shorter barrels,
yeah,
you're still not touching the ballistic capability, the range. You have far more drop, even with a couple inches less.
Yeah.
And really, it's almost only just a couple inches when you go from a 13.9 to a 14.5. So it's less than an inch, honestly.
Yeah, it's like an inch and a quarter.
But that enough, though. Because bear in mind you too. Bear in mind you too.
What the fuck?
Well, because what the fuck?
And then you say it's less than an inch, and he says, yeah, it's about an inch and a quarter. And they're like, what? What?
Well, the math's not math, and sometimes, you know, I've had some of this watermelon.
Talk about the difference between a 14.5 and a 13.9.
Right.
So, yeah, it's just a couple
0.6
inches. You say,
including
it's
a
less
flash
than an
hider.
inch.
No.
And he says, yeah, it's like an inch and a quarter.
That's
It's
why-
not less than an inch.
The way that I
That's
look
why it's
at
a weapon
it,
system, because
No,
he's
it's
going
not,
to
dude.
include
It's
the...
not.
Your
No
system
fucking
is obviously broken. Okay?
It's the flash hider. Because if you think about it, you got a 13-inch barrel. You got a
You
30,
know you're going to have something on the end of it, whether it's a 13.9 or a 14.
Listen, I
You got a
run
13-inch
also
barrel,
runs on all my
13.9
shit.
inch
It's
barrel
flush cut.
with a
I got
6-inch
compensation.
You got a 13.9 barrel with a 6-inch suppressor, so it's almost a 20-inch gun.
Imagine not having an 8-inch suppressor though.
Well, you know, some people weren't born with that. You just gotta like work with the cards that you were dealt.
Yeah, this motherfucker got nothing but jokers in his hand. So the fucking good for
And, it's
no.
only, and that's multi-layered because there's only 2 jokers to a deck, so you know 2 inches.
Because he had him up his sleeve the whole time.
Nah, yeah. But yeah, so for a 20-inch AR, is probably the best that you can get for as far as velocity, penetration,
It was-
power.
This is the only argument that I
1 in
rest
12
on.
twist.
That's old school. It's 1-7 now. But the fucking
Well, the 20
original.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But because you're supposed to be shooting 65, 62s, or 77s.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you fucking launch a properly built 62, 65, or 77 Black Hills open tip match, or whatever the fuck, out of that 20-inch gun.
That Grantham represents or whatever he recommends.
I don't base my entire life off of the dude that looks like
Grantham all about the
Blue's
AAC
but
now, dude.
yeah, because he's
First
fucking.
name,
Fucking
his name's
PSA
Todd.
shit.
His name's who?
The guy from Blue's Clues?
Who?
Steve.
Steve and Todd. Isn't it?
Wait, who's Todd?
Wait,
All
no,
I know about is
no,
Steve, bro.
It's Steve and the other guy.
was
What's
killing
the other guy's
hookers,
name?
and fucking the ShamWow guy was also
Kill-
killing hookers. But the fucking
No,
which fuck the hookers, dude. Because if you're
What was his name?
is that a hooker systems platform?
Well, it depends on how many hookers you got.
How
What?
many can
Wait.
fit in the trunk?
What?
I used to drive a Lincoln, bro. You can fit about 9 of them. But the fucking
Wait, what's the my neighbor guy?
you got names.
Mr. Rogers.
Bringing down the
Mr.
front
Rogers
line
has
values.
Mr. Rogers has 32 confirmed kills.
He also has full sleeves,
Yes.
which is
That's
why
why he had to wear the sweater.
sweater.
Yeah.
The old cardigan, dude.
He had that. So if you think, do some research on it, people. The tattoo from Woods from Call of Duty, the SOG with the wolf, that was Mr. Rogers' tattoo. Look into it.
That's base as fuck. But the fucking also check this out though. Are you telling me
Mhm.
that because I get out of all people,
Okay.
I get the short gun situation.
Mhm.
Not
Okay.
because I'm white, but like just overall. But
Yeah.
like because I have plenty of short guns.
Okay.
They're more maneuverable.
Mhm.
They're lighter. Up close and personal with in which most of our encounters are going to be,
Yeah.
especially in a city dynamic,
And up close and personal
in a
means
city
within 300 yards, by
systems
the way.
platform.
So for all the people that are thinking that's like, you know,
I've shot a fucking 8-inch Draco past 400 yards on third size
'cause
steel.
it's up close and personal. If
Right.
you can see the person without using any optics, any magnification,
I've made
that's up close and personal.
200-yard plus hits with a handgun,
Mhm.
almost on demand. If you know your holds,
Yeah.
it's not
Not
on
hard at all.
fucking third size silhouettes, which means it's the third size of my head, my torso.
Mhm.
It's like this big. It's like this big, and then like the brain box is like this big, or whatever the fuck. And it's really not like if you're in experience because the fundamentals, which is what transfers across all weapon systems platforms or whatever the fuck.
You keep adding the platforms, and I feel like that's their.
That's where it comes from, dude. Look it up, dude. Type in weapon systems platform right now
Or
on
just
Google,
like
dude.
weapon system. I
It's
feel
gonna
like,
say platform after it.
Let's see.
let's see, look. Weapon system, no platform.
Yeah, you also misspelled weapon, dude.
Add the S.
Do a space.
See?
You got lucky, bro, but that's
I'm not.
because...
What?
Tell me it doesn't come... Weapon systems platform was the original fucking extra pretentious bullshit.
See, that's percent. How would you say? Even say it?
Pretentious?
Pretentiosity.
I don't know what the fuck this is.
Yeah.
That it has nothing to do with rifles, dude.
I feel like
systems.
so.
Yeah,
My,
that's
the
a
weapon
weapon
system,
system,
dude. That's
Your
a weapon
rifle is a fucking rifle, dude.
That's a fucking weapon system.
so what's the
bro.
difference between that and a rifle?
This has a
This has wings,
with
a
bunch of
fucking
buttons,
jet
a
turbine,
jet fuel,
other than
fucking
the, other than the
rockets.
obvious things.
This
So,
might
look,
smelt
it's a-
steel
it-
beams.
But see, it's the same concept because without the person, without the controller, without the trigger, it's not going to work.
You
Just like
ain't
with
none
a
of
fucking
these
rifle.
your rifle, dude.
It's just
This is
like
a
with your
fucking-
right. It's conceptually
These
sound,
are weapons. That is a weapon system, my dude.
but it doesn't
Like,
work without
that
the
is-
person. There has to be someone.
So what about a UAV?
UAVs don't work without people either. There's someone on the other
Okay,
side with
okay,
a fucking
right.
I think they're
iPad
fucking
dropping bombs on
flowing,
back
But
then.
AI?
check this out.
Bars. Did you hear
That's
that?
bars.
Yeah.
That's bars. Run it back. But the fucking the UAV though
Okay.
could be.
Are we getting into Skynet things
And
now?
listen, animatronically operated, bro. There
That's
could be
scary.
an algorithm put into place where the UAV
Works on its own.
exactly, which probably already does in some cases.
So it's
Would
just the
not put it
AV at
past
that
us.
time.
More weapon
Right.
systems.
Okay.
So,
I ain't seen a rifle yet.
did you type
It
in
works.
weapon system?
It works the same way though. That's what
Does it?
weapon
I
system
think
is
it
a
only works
concept.
that way because you're trying to make it work that way.
I'm just saying,
Much
hey.
like time is a man-made construct. So you could just pull shit out of your ass and make up whatever.
Constructs themselves are man-made.
Exactly, because otherwise they couldn't be
Weaponsystems.net.
or constructed.
There's an AK,
There's a stub. Right next to some tanks.
Out of
which I just
all-
sold. I just sold one of those today. M70. It was an old underfolder, but
Imagine not selling an M70, a 5.7, and a Wilson Combat at the same time.
couldn't it be me?
Couldn't,
Be me.
dude. We were late tonight because of those motherfuckers, which were only there to see me.
Is Josh there?
Like, and I love y'all.
To death.
Sometimes it's a little much.
Hey man.
I've
Sometimes.
helped y'all lock up the shop before, but
Listen, dude. You showed up when the shop was maybe unlocked, bro.
Yeah.
We finally responded to a fucking... Because you could hear it
Yeah.
from here. The
can?
wee, wee. I was like,
Oh,
what
it's like
the fuck
it's
is
an
that?
audible thing from outside.
Oh, yeah,
there's an
dude.
alarm.
Yeah, dude. It's louder than shit.
We have
Because
showed
I
up.
literally, I fucking came over here directly from, got out the truck, and was at the door, and I was like, you know what? That doesn't sound...
Shit, I've been in there with doors that are locked.
That doesn't sound like a fucking... I was like, yo, come on. And you just came. And then fucking we pulled up. They were already there. I got out. I opened the place
stayed
up.
in the
They're
car.
like, stay outside. I'm like, I know the place better than you.
He's just sitting there with his weapon system.
Right.
Yeah, I'm about to clear this building.
Right, but like on top of a platform or whatever the fuck. So like, I just... You see where I'm coming from? Like, it's...
See, the platform makes it stupid because
But
anything's
that-
a platform.
But that's where it comes from,
But-
though. So even if
so
you have
let's refine
realized
it.
throughout
Let's
the
refine
years
it.
that the platform part of the weapon system, which in and of itself is retarded,
Everything's a
but-
platform, though.
See what a weapon
because that's what it's
system is
based off of. bro,
Exactly.
Because you can't have a fucking structure without a foundation, dude.
Okay.
But the foundation is the platform upon which it
I
is
mean,
built.
technically, you could have a foundation with the platform, but it won't be a sound foundation.
Hello.
How could you have a foundation without a platform? Because the
it
platform,
won't be a
metaphorically
sound.
speaking,
It won't be a sound
is
platform.
what it
is
was
I
built
mean.
off
Yeah.
of. So if it was built off of nothing, it just merely doesn't exist.
Well,
This is way deeper. It's just a fucking rifle, people, is all I'm saying. It's just a fucking... I don't care what fucking PVS-14 you got duct taped to the side of it. It's a fucking rifle, people. That's it. It's a rifle. Or it's a
Right.
shotgun. Or it's a handgun. Or it's a
Appar-
PD Dubs.
Apparently, the actual definition of a weapon system's platform is anything that a gun can be mounted to.
So...
And a gun can
they
be
called
mounted to
me
my fucking
tripod
shoulder.
in high school, dude. No, because it's not that sturdy. But the fucking weak shoulder ass, dude.
weak shoulder. I do
He's
have
over-
AC joint problems.
He's over here doing the fucking Harlem Shake and shit. He's like, but the fucking...
There goes the camera.
Lost the cam, dude. Look at me. Look at all types of crazy fucking... I look like I'm listening to a morning talk show, fucking clasping my mug of coffee, thinking about like, yeah.
Listening to the newest implant from CNN.
No, I'm listening to the latest fucking Bill O'Reilly. So,
Never meet your heroes, kids.
right. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
We were introduced.
But you shouldn't have any fucking lag issues with the fucking video now.
Is it because your new compute
Yeah.
is way too cape?
Yeah.
And that's not cape enough?
I mean,
Is
this
it because
happening
I'm
with
not
California
wearing a
cameras,
cape?
too. May have.
Is it because...
Put the cape on, man.
Might be the lack of cape, too.
Okay.
But we're
How do you
definitely
feel
not
about
we're definitely not overrunning the CPU anymore.
Right, I've seen that.
So
The
they're
whole
fucking
time.
What was that
10%.
question that you asked?
Well, listen, if I was a weapon systems platform,
Okay. Would you be an effective one? That's the question.
if I was a weapon systems platform,
Mhm.
I couldn't exist, or I would exist, but you would have no inclination of my existence because of how efficient I was, and you
don't-
can't release that
you-
to the public.
You don't have a serial
because-
number either.
No, I don't have an NSN number because it's like it's off the fucking books.
You're so-
Blackwater
you're
type
so-
shit.
You're so calm. Like
We
this is
all have
not
a serial
general
number,
issue,
bro.
No, I'm a SOCOM systems platform. Is what the fuck. Is what the fuck. They base their entire fucking NSN numbers off of my existence, dude.
Okay.
I think.
I think.
Mabes, right? But the whole thing, though, for real, though, is like, honestly, this is where I do concede to the idea that, much like Lucas says, like, you cannot buy a rifle for $1,000. Can you buy a rifle for $1,000? Of course.
Technically, yeah.
Of course.
Effectively, no.
You can buy, it's a good way to put it, you can buy a rifle, and it might even come with iron sights.
Maybe if you buy a solid AK.
Which is not a KR-103, but the fucking...
Don't get into... Okay.
No,
are we getting into the rise of the American-made AK over here?
The rise.
The rise of American...
rise of what? Cost that it takes Palmetto to make one shittily and shottily to where...
First of all...
Okay, now let's hear it.
As America, we could do anything. If we stop fighting each other and recognize the government as our common enemy, we could accomplish anything.
I agree with that. But properly built US AKs, I still think is off the table. Because
I would say that's why it's a rise. I'm not saying that it's better. I'm not saying that it's worse.
I think you do it just to get a rise out of me, because knowing damn well that your fucking weapons systems platform or whatever fucking pretentious bullshit fucking Kalashnikov USA, that's like an oxymoron in and of itself. Kalashnikov USA. That the name in and of itself makes me lack confidence. Because what the fuck does, other than unless Jim Fuller himself or fucking what's his face from Krebs is sitting there assembling these fucking Kalashnikov USAs, I don't buy it. Well, and I've seen. You haven't seen it.
This guy put 5,000 rounds through one.
This guy got one for free and fucking shot 5,000 rounds in a controlled environment in non-austere. Listen, he threw it in the riverbank. Who fucking gives a fuck?
He threw it in the riverbank and he did the sandstorm test.
The sandstorm test. You ain't never been to Tatooine, bro? Like a fucking.
Imagine not going to Tatooine.
Imagine going to the dunes.
Well, Tatooine has slaves, so.
Listen, stop trying to play that card, bro. Nobody in the comment section has sympathy, all right? Like,
you're the only one that would get a purple lightsaber, motherfucker.
You were
right.
Like, you just get to choose your color, bro.
That perp is cool. You gotta admit.
I can eyeball perp. I don't need a scale because I'm not Jew jerk. So fuck you on any of that, first of all, dude, because I'm Gorilla Zoe in this motherfucker. But either way, I've just overall, though, the idea that
America could do anything is...
Listen, see, this is the point, though. This is the point. We can do anything. We just probably shouldn't. with some... So, like...
I feel like if enough R&D went into it...
If there was enough R&D that went into Palmetto, they would be out of business.
But see, we keep talking about Palmetto. What about...
Who do you think...
What about Kuza?
Sells the most fucking... American-made AKs.
Well, that's just because they're cheap.
Exactly.
Now imagine if there's enough R&D.
Imagine you pay $300 more for the same rifle. Imagine.
There's people.
Couldn't be me.
What's the pass? The fucking.
None of y'all get a pass, dude. This is the fucking. I'm not.
It starts with a K. It's like in where
Kyber
they make.
Pass?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're in Kyber Pass making AKs with barrels that have cored out steel rebar, and they work. Because just like Jim Fuller said, AK design is so good that it could be put together
much like
or
a Glock.
wrong.
Which, you know who else is making Glocks? PrettyShittyArmory.com. And you know what Glocks you shouldn't trust?
Which people, if you go back at least an hour and a half, he gave credit to the dagger.
I did not give cred. I said I had one because it was super cheap. I needed to complete a build.
Okay.
It gave me the amenities I required for my weapon systems pistol platform. And then...
it all in there.
Did it have a light and a red dot on it?
It's a complete... because it wasn't even optics cut, so I guess it's not a weapon systems platform, because in today's day and age, if you can't put a dot on it, it just doesn't exist.
Just like 1911?
Okay. Cut the cameras. The fucking... Like, while I fucking murder him with a Glock.
Cameras were cut, dude.
Right.
Cameras are cut.
So
that probably lined up pretty good, I'm not gonna lie.
Were they really, though? Because that's fucked up. Are we still recording?
Yes.
Okay.
But the camera was cut.
They cut the cameras. At least you killed me with a 9mm.
Yeah, it took. I had to reload. To fucking,
You had to reload.
Imagine, though, if I just had one shot of a 45 HP, we'd probably all be dead. So,
You see a white flash?
Right, dude. Not even, you don't even hear it. It's just dead. We're all at the lobby.
We're all at the lobby.
We're all in the lobby like, yo, dude, I just spent way too many rubes on that kid. So,
Yeah.
But seriously, though. There's weapon
systems. USA.
There's not weapon systems.
If you take one thing from this podcast,
pistols,
there's weapon
rifles,
systems. USA made
shotguns.
AKs are getting better, and also
imagine that you have to
45.
get better. Imagine being the USA and not being the best.
Well, the first AK kind of sucked.
The first AK.
The first Russian-made AK.
The first Russian-made AK. It did not suck. They just did not have the metallurgy technology at the time. The first AK was stamped. They couldn't do it with that because of the heat treats. It went to a milled gun.
The first AK was milled.
No, the first AK was stamped.
Yeah.
The prototype was stamped.
Which was the first AK? What do you mean? So what do you mean, dude? This is why we're back at the fucking weapon system platform, dude. It just did not add up. He's like, no, but the second one is
the second one. The one that got fielded.
Right, but only because they didn't currently have the metallurgy technology. You know what they went to after they did? The stamped gun. And that's why everybody gets so... Listen, by all means, a Bulgarian SAM 7. Excellent rifle. It's got a fucking painted on, sprayed on fucking... Not even Cerakote. It's like enamel finish, which if you get the gun hot enough will bake off. But those guns will run and run and run until the end of time. You know, you probably get 40... You probably get 40,000 rounds off of an Arsenal barrel.
Get 5,000 out of Kara 103.
Wow, could you imagine a single training session? You got to swap your bear.
Swap your barrel, no.
Especially on an AK.
Have you ever seen?
That's just getting it hot.
Have you ever seen when they took the RAS-47?
Okay, brass.
And tried to put 1,000 rounds through it? We put 1,000 rounds through a Wilson Combat 45 not that long ago.
And they started chucking up.
First of all,
the 800.
I never had a single malfunction.
You also
know how to hold a gun. You're right.
You're
right.
Your sample size came from the first 500 rounds.
Okay, so even if
me and my expertise, we saw the problems after the 500 round mark.
His expertise. First of all, technically that was the 800 round mark because he had previously shot 300 rounds.
The owner of the gun that has a bias
not
because
lubricated.
It's his gun that he paid for. He even said that after honestly after 750 rounds, every 4 or 5 shots it jammed.
See, but I didn't have that experience, and when I was
if it wasn't on camera, you didn't see it, then it didn't count.
No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying though is, and this is nothing against the Gun Lover 900. Love you to death, buddy. But he has a tendency to not hold the gun because he gets spoiled by his luxurious STI limited, DVC limited. It's a 9mm.
Okay.
It doesn't really kick like that.
Okay.
You can kind of fucking gimp it a little bit, and you relax the grip strength so you get a more precise trigger press.
Makes sense.
And so when we go back there and we shoot, and me myself am guilty of this from time to time. A lot of the times I'll let the gun recoil more in favor of getting a more precise trigger press because if we're shooting groups or whatever the fuck it is, realistically, it's not riding the recoil necessarily, but it's letting it surprise you. So therefore, you're not necessarily ready and tensed up and flinching against it, which is going to make you push the gun. So in a target shooting aspect.
But should you flinch, but at the right time?
Exactly. I've seen the Lucas Botkin video. We're on the same page.
Okay.
So it's just, but that's the idea though, because honestly though, if in that situation where boom, out of the you skin the smoke wagon,
All right.
And it's one shot right between the brain box at 25, a hostage situation. If you make the shot, does it matter how you managed recoil?
Well, contextually in that situation, no.
Right, but that is just...
But say you got to skin that smoke wagon and there's 4 people.
Listen, if I skin that smoke wagon and there's
Lucas
4
Bakken
people...
said 1R1s aren't good anymore, man.
No, it's 5R5.
Exactly. The reason is because you got that recoil control. So say in your situation, you're 100% correct. If it's one person hostage situation, you got to stack that round right in his fucking eyeball because he's using half the hostage's head.
Well, typically it would be between both of them.
Well, yeah. Well,
because if you're
holding somebody in their head as covered and it's just the eyeball.
But most all right, whatever.
Yeah, but just like in your situation, 100% correct.
Techniques.
Yeah,
such, you know?
yeah, 100% correct. If it's one dude, you gotta stack that round. You gotta drop his ass right there. Then
Lost the camera again.
But if you're,
Gotta figure this fucking shit out.
if you're in a, you're booging out, right? And
which I have a tendency to do.
Yeah. You're booging out. Squad members got to move. There's 3 people. You're
Did
behind.
you ask permission to move before you moved?
If you're saying move and I'm providing cover fire,
No, you're not saying move. You're asking move.
well, you ask move before you're asking move while you're shooting. Then as I'm computing,
No.
as you're shooting.
So this is the thing, though. This is if you. Okay. So we're here.
Okay.
It's me and you.
Yep.
Or me and you, or
Yeah.
whatever. And you are trying. This is the bad guy.
Yeah.
And he's got this angle on us, which covers both angles. Even
Well,
covers this angle.
Yeah.
But this angle has a better angle on him.
Yeah.
So if I'm here and I'm shooting,
Yeah.
and I'm up,
Yeah.
which means I have rounds in the gun, I'm on target, I'm peaked, even though you should not take a left side peek. But because I'm so advanced, which means really, and again, this is the thing, you should not necessarily hug cover. You should be backed off of cover because you here have a far more acute angle than you here.
Yeah.
And you still get the same amount of cover.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm here, right? I'm here fucking peeking this dude, giving him a couple shots, whatever. You call moving, which means you're only moving because you have a topped off gun.
Yeah.
And you're requesting permission from your battle buddy to move, which means that I have a topped off gun and can provide you cover fire while you do that. Because it does you no good if you move while he's up and he just claps your ass. So it's moving,
and then you say
and then
move.
I say move when you're good to move.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're moving without permission, you're dead. In theory.
Yeah. See,
I'm up, he sees me, I'm down.
This is a different situation what I was talking about.
Okay. So re-elaborate.
No, I was saying in your situation prior where you're saying you gotta it's the opportunity cost of the shot.
Okay.
So say you needed just one shot.
You only
to
get
drop
one shot.
dude,
Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes
once in a lifetime.
You better lose yourself.
But you take that one shot, comparatively speaking, to where more likely in the book situation, it's not going to be one dude. It is a possibility because anything happens in the boot.
Everything's always a possibility.
But you take that
lose fights by underestimating your opponents, dude. So even if it's just a crackhead with a butcher knife,
even when you bow,
that has taken Scales hostage, which I'm willing to lose Scales for the.
Well, say Scales is taking hostage.
I might have a low left flinch. Yeah. So fucking
Scales just blows up. But yeah, in your situation, as far as just the manipulation of the handgun for one shot, then I would say the outcome of the shot itself, considering that Scales' head is so close to the other guy's head.
So the problem is I just have a really large head.
Right, which is a problem because the surface area when you
it's going to cover most of the other guy's head. You know?
Definitely, I would say so. That's why the outcome of the shot is more important than your recoil control in that situation. But say,
this is the thing though. Recoil control is only good for follow-up shots. So if you only have one shot, recoil, then the recoil
isn't
nothing.
as important. I mean, it means something, but it's not as important as the outcome of the shot.
Well, the shot after the shot, the recoil control takes place after the shot has already broke.
Yeah,
So if the shot was
that's why you gotta
proper,
follow through. So it's all training.
but only for the second shot. If there's only one shot, follow through means nothing. Which I am not saying by any stretch of the imagination that fucking sight alignment, sight picture, trigger press, and follow through is not the most important thing ever, no matter what.
But it's all
shooting.
situational.
Exactly. The situation dictates the tactics. If you're in a fucking rubber boat, point the shit up. If you're in a helicopter, point it down. So it's, it's relative. That being said, though, in that sure scenario of
the shot break is more
very,
important
very niche scenario, which will probably and hopefully never happen to any of us. But in theory, though, all I'm arguing is that as long as it goes where it's supposed to go, it doesn't matter how it got there. And so that's why Jerry Michalek can shoot a revolver upside down with his pinky finger at 600 yards. Are you going to do that when it really counts and everything's on the line? Probably not. But if you possess the skill to do that, then it opens up the boundary. The boundaries are expanded of your possibility of taking care of that situation. Not that you're going to fucking flip the gun upside down and shoot it upside down with the pinky finger. But the idea that you have the control to put one bullet exactly where it needs to go on demand, which may sacrifice, for accuracy, you may sacrifice some recoil control, because the tighter you grip the gun, the less dexterity you have. And if
It's an
you're
80-20 thing.
it's supposed to be 70-30. But if you're but again, I fall in line with the whole Jaeger aspect of it, is you are going to be death gripping that gun regardless, because you're in a fight or flight situation, and the thing that you're holding on to and pointing at the bad guy is your lifeblood. So you're naturally going to have you're going to be wrenching on that bitch to the point where you might even flex the polymer enough to where the mag doesn't fucking properly drop, like I just did right there. So, and that's one-handed, bro. I mean, no big deal.
No big
But,
deal.
but like, and you said yourself, dude, the reason why I didn't like the 365, not because it's a piece of shit gun, but because he could literally squeeze it in his hand hard enough to where the fucking...
Well, not even that I could squeeze it, it's just holding the gun, the mag would not drop.
Right. So,
What
and
angle?
if you're... Pop.
Like this, just would not drop. Just from holding the gun at a normal grip.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, and that's all here nor there or besides the point. But the idea that having it on demand, where, because that's the other thing too, is having the fucking... Pat McNamara talks about putting as much finger through the trigger guard as you possibly can.
Well, yeah,
most people will say
you could do
shoot off the center of the first pad.
I would
what
say
is really
do
right?
whatever,
it's different for everybody.
Yeah,
it's different for
some
everybody.
people have longer fingers, some people have
Right.
shorter fingers.
So
do whatever it takes to where when you squeeze the trigger, that your sights or your red
but
dot
you're not
doesn't-
supposed to squeeze the trigger. You're supposed to press the trigger.
Well,
Because
yeah.
the idea
Pin the
is
trigger
that
to
you're
it.
taking a picture on a camera and it goes straight down, and then you have that flash picture of as soon as it breaks what it actually captures. And what you're trying to actually capture is the precision of, hey, like when it breaks, I'm calling my shot. I know the shot. I know the gun well enough. I know myself well enough. I've got enough dexterity to actually feel what's going on and get that response from the gun itself. So this ties back into the weapons systems. But the whole
part
idea,
of the system, man.
the whole idea
You're a part
is
of the
that
system.
damn son.
I-
He ain't got caught yet. But the fucking like the whole what I'm saying is though is
Yeah,
like
I'm a
if
part of the
I
system.
you sure the fuck are, and so am I. But if I fucking pull up and I got the best grip in the world, I have the most recoil control. When the gun goes off, it does not move. But because I'm tensed up, I fucking jerk the shot. It doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, because that's just fundamentals. At that
So-
point, yeah.
Right, but the fundamentals though.
If you have sound fundamentals and you're panicking or you're full of adrenaline, you're going to default to your last bit of training
That you've mastered.
that you've mastered.
Which
yeah.
most people have mastered nothing. But also, if I pull up and I let it pop, but I do it with a weaker grip, so I have more dexterity in my trigger finger to get more of
a weaker
an audible...
grip in your trigger finger hand. Because even if you're death gripping it with your offhand, which shouldn't be an offhand because you should be able to do shots with your left hand anyway.
Right.
If you break that shot, because I mean, fundamentally, you're not supposed to squeeze.
Fundamentally, it's sight alignment,
Yeah.
sight picture,
Trigger
press,
Yeah.
then follow through.
Mm-hmm.
Follow through can be equated to recoil management, but more so specifically, it's tracking your sight and able to break another one when you're back on target. Regardless.
But it adds all the prior fundamentals when to break the next shot. That's what I was saying.
Right, but the fundamental of being an accurate shooter is not necessarily equivocal to recoil control. And so this is the thing. I think you should be able to shoot the gun accurately without the gun moving, especially if it's a 9mm. That being said, if you are sacrificing, well, I mean, it does have less recoil than a 40 or a 45 or a 357 SIG or a 357 Magnum or whatever the fuck. But if you are sacrificing the gun shooting flatter, but you're still shooting low left or wherever the fuck every single time, it matters not how flat the gun shoots. And I have a comp on this gun, which makes it an assault pistol. So this is illegal as shit, but I carry it every day regardless.
America.
Which is also illegal as shit. But the idea that you are sacrificing your accuracy for quicker follow-up shots has always been unbehooving to me, because you know what? It's the first hit in a gunfight that usually decides it. Okay. Regardless of capacity, and the only thing worse than a miss is what? A slow miss. But people get that confused and think that they have to shoot fast at the sacrifice of accuracy.
Well,
I'd rather shoot slow or only one time and make it count.
Well,
if you hit them in the left elbow with a 45, they vaporize. It doesn't matter about your accuracy. But no,
I feel like it's distance dependent. Because, like, for example, like, I know if someone were to run up on you 5 yards away, chest shots, you could shoot faster than if they were 50 yards away.
Right, but that's anybody.
Well, that's why I'm saying it's distance dependent. If you watch Christie,
but that being said,
it's Met TC dependent.
That being said, though, if the draw times are the same,
okay,
and the sight picture aligned on target for even just combat effective hits enough, and not even like accurate, precise ones, right? We're not taking headshots at whatever distance or whatever. We're just trying to get rounds on target. Mm-hmm. If I skin that smoke wagon and get on target and break a clean shot from that draw to on target, it's the first one that would matter if you were trained. I don't know how to put it into words, but like the idea that it is situation dependent, but the idea that accuracy in some situations is far more a deciding factor
than speed.
Right. So because
and I would say the contributing factor that's distance.
Right, but I would argue that accuracy matters more at distance.
Yeah.
But
speed matters more at less distance.
But speed can be either the time that it takes to skin the smoke wagon and get on target, or it could be the time measured from shot to shot in the sense of a split.
Yeah.
So a lot of people like Mil-Spec Mojo will get on there and fucking pop, and he'll be shooting at 7 yards or 5 yards or 10 yards or whatever the fuck it is.
But if it's at 70 yards, he's going to shoot a little slower.
Right.
Yeah.
But that argues then that accuracy or precision is more important. But let's look at it this way. Even if I'm carrying, boom, clear the garment, fucking, and the gun shoots super flat, and I rattled off fucking a cadence of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I'm all just shooting the ground or around him, or maybe I nick him in the ankle or some shit. Like, again, psychological stops. You know, mostly that's how gunfights with handguns are ended, regardless. But like, I could be the quickest gun in the West, but it don't mean shit if I'm not hitting nothing.
Well, yeah.
So,
well, I mean, I feel like that defaults back to actual fundamentals in itself because, like, for example,
right, but the fundamentals are sight alignment, sight picture, trigger press, follow through that has nothing necessarily or specifically, I would argue, to do with recoil control.
Well, I mean, that's just part of the system.
He's back to the weapon system. That's the next after the first. I'm talking an individual shot.
Mm-hmm.
An individual shot.
Well, if you're in a situation that requires one shot, then I would definitely say. Well, I mean, time is also a contributing factor to everything.
Right.
Because if you had 2 years to take a shot, then type of thing. But
right.
also, I would say the biggest contributing factor is the distance. So, for example, if you draw your gun out and the dude's rushing you and he's fucking like...
I didn't know we're getting attacked by Putin himself.
But, yeah, if he's like fucking 5 yards away in closing, then...
You're not even going to look at the sights.
Well, yeah, exactly. So,
But... could you have done in one shot what you did in 4 or 5 if you did look at the sights? Well, so that's what I'm arguing.
But I mean, also, I would say it's a spectrum, and not the autistic one, which we all are on. But
it's vast.
Yeah,
it talks about texture issues earlier.
Yeah. But like, say for example, if you're wrestling with someone and you fucking pull out their gun,
that ain't even real wrestling. Or what do they say in South Park?
So like, you're wrestling with someone. You fucking pull out the gun, you're doing the whole...
point blank, which you can't do with a common semi-auto because it will go out of battery. If you have a SIG 320, it'll still shoot out of battery. Right. Preferably,
Well, that could be a use case, but comparatively speaking to
if it was inside of them.
Yeah, the two different parts of the spectrum is someone is on top of you to where...
Kinky.
Keep going. It's kind of like... It's kind of like the two-sided triangle where it's like you only can have two things out of the triangle to where it's like speed is on one side of the spectrum compared to like distance, and it's dependent on the actual, situation. So say if like, once again, someone's got scales hemmed up and he's fucking 10 yards away and you got to fucking put that one shot to save his life, comparatively speaking to where the guy's like right here.
And putting it through both our heads.
Yeah.
Right. Did you ever see fucking the Expendables chick where he fucking takes it and shoots it through himself?
To his shoulder, yeah.
So, listen, I'd risk scales to get it confirmed on a bad guy. So,
wait.
I give you permission.
Right.
I give you permission. Well.
Get a low left. All it shoots is his artery.
Yeah.
Which would then allow him not to be able to continue to be walked off by the assailant, so he would most likely drop them, relinquishing his cover.
And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right.
Okay.
Which that's where the speed comes in. But the original
then you go for the tourniquet of 20 minutes later after.
Just put pressure on.
He'll give you mouth to mouth or something. Yeah. It'd be all right. But
let me die.
My lungs are bigger because I can run faster. Apparently.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Him and Usain Bolt have never been on the same fucking... But so either way, though, all I'm saying, though, is there's a time and place for everything.
Yep.
But I think that in modern shooting, this is what I'm arguing, is a lot of people sacrifice accuracy and or precision, even if it's a niche one-shot stop kind of thing, which in the grand scheme of things rarely happens.
Yeah.
But I would argue when it does, it's the most important.
Well, yeah, because that's the situation.
But people will sacrifice the precision or the accuracy or the repetibility of being able to shoot 10 shots, 20 shots, 5 shots even, 3 shots even in the same hole at whatever given distance. They will sacrifice that for speed, accuracy through volume, and I just think that most people in today's day and age in modern shooting techniques, everybody you see on Instagram is skin in the smoke wagon and boom, they got point whatever the fuck splits. But like they got a group that's this big at 7 yards. What if it can't be that big at 7 yards? I'm all for speed. I'm all for combat effectiveness.
The speed and precision is just up to the situation, in my opinion, though.
But it's also up to the operator, and if everybody trains himself consistently just to get A-zone hits, the A-zone is about yay big, bro. And you might not... No, for real.
No, I mean,
I
that's
shoot
what you're saying.
USPSA. So, no, listen. There's sometimes in USPSA that I don't even look at the sights, which I would
Just
equate
in that situation.
right, but
Yeah.
I would equate to a lot of civilian self-defense encounters. Is it's close enough? It's a here to me. It's pop, 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 whatever, and you shoot, you press until the threat stops. But if that's all you ever train for, which is what I see personally,
Well, that's
most
probably,
people
yeah.
training for, is just the up close and dirty, the whatever, we're going to get as many rounds on target as possible, even though the spread of the rounds may be this big, this big, this big, depending on the distance, maybe even larger, maybe you're even off the paper, or you're nicking them with a D-zone hit, that entire problem that it took you 8+ rounds to solve at whatever distance could have been solved in one if people took, because again, it's muscle memory. It's repetition is the father of learning.
Yeah.
So if you train yourself, because you're naturally gonna go fast. When it's a fight or flight response, you're gonna race car that shit. But if you have it ingrained into your head, the accuracy and the fucking finality of pressing that trigger properly, that while it may be deterred under speed or detracted from or not as precise, the level of training, the accuracy of it all, being able to shoot a fucking bottle cap at 25 yards or being able to shoot a headshot at fucking 50 or being able, or whatever it is, because if you aim at a shirt, you might miss by 3 feet. If you aim at a button on the shirt, you miss by 3 inches. And so the idea of the accuracy, even at the cost of speed, I'd rather shoot once and make it count than shoot 5 times in a fury and hope for some good luck.
Well, yeah.
Which I think a lot of people are banking on.
Overall, I don't see. That's the thing. I don't like banking on things, especially like when it comes to like,
especially
something
when
in your
Jewish.
life.
Yeah.
but the thing is, like, I feel like it's kind of like, especially when it comes to training and everything, you're supposed to apply your training to whatever situation dictates. So,
right.
For example,
but that only works if you've trained that, because you cannot rise to the occasion. You will only do what you know.
Yeah.
And if you have not trained moving, communicating, shooting, whatever.
Train people.
The moral to the story, no matter what it is.
That's what Double T is saying to you guys. Is that if you train
T squared.
T squared. That's the new vlog.
Mr.
Daily
B
vlog
came
channel.
up with it.
Yeah. But yeah, if you train to be able to apply your fundamentals and your training to whatever situation dictates. So, say for example, what TT was saying with the whole, he'd rather do one shot and make it very effective than take 5 shots and hope one shot hits. It all comes down to, do you even have the fundamentals to where that even matters in the first place?
Right, but the way that I look at it is you shouldn't be taking this seriously unless you have, well, no, for real, because like there's people, and we see them all day on the gun shop, all day on the range.
Yeah.
I haven't fucking shot my gun since 5 years ago when I qualified for conceal and carry, and even then they shot a .22 pistol.
Ew.
And still were like this at 7 yards.
Yeah.
But they qualified, which is, there should not be a government mandate for any of this shit. That being said, though, if you're going to take upon yourself the responsibility of being a civilian sheepdog, or whatever the fuck Nothing Fancy says, the fuck, like,
brother.
Yeah. There's the biggest thing that people lack, I think, is self-responsibility.
Yeah.
And accountability. And that's the thing, is this is your accountability on every single round that leaves that muzzle, whether you're fucking on the range or in a gunfight. And in a gunfight, you cannot expect it to be a flat range where there's only the bad guy out there. There's going to be a bunch of other motherfuckers running around, and the situation is dynamic and changes and whatever. And say they got a right side peek on you, which we all know from Tarkov is the best. They're going to expose a minimal amount of their body. So yeah, you could fucking put 15 rounds down range real quick, but if you don't connect, what the fuck is that good for? You're just out of ammo. So it's everything in moderation. It's the balance. But I would argue that a slow hit is better than a fast miss.
Well, yeah.
Is all I'm saying.
So in that situation, yeah.
In any situation.
But well, yeah, I would say, but also, if you can train to make it not even be a slow hit.
That's what I'm saying. That's not. That's you don't want it to be slow.
Yeah.
You'd want an ideal situation. You go, boop, and he's dead. But if you can do boop, but you missed, who cares?
That's where the recoil control comes in.
No, because the recoil control on the first shot, which you only might get one shot. Again, it's a niche thing. All I'm saying is people, I'm all for the speed. I shoot USPSA. The whole game is based off of speed. That's the main driving factor behind your hit factor. Yes, you have to make your hits, but you have to do it quickly enough for it to count. Because, yeah, you can sit there and fucking line it up and fucking you bust out the tripod and rest it. You got a Caldwell lead sled and shit, and you're just right through the A zone every time. But if it took you 47 minutes to complete a stage, you still lost.
Yeah.
So...
But if you do it fast and you hit nothing, you still lost too.
Exactly. So, again, everything in moderation, but I personally think there should be a slight bit more emphasis on actual accuracy and being able to, on demand, shoot something that you need to shoot, no matter the distance, even if it's just one shot. And again, we shoot until we stop the threat, so it could be one shot, it could be 100 shots. But I think that losing sight, quite literally, of the accuracy and relying on the bucket of bullets you got under the gun, and this is not even 1911 or whatever, but like it's relying on, hey, I got 15 or 17 or 20 shots to get it done with. I think a lot of people in today's day and age, especially people that are new to this, especially people that see the fucking Instagram operators and influencers and whatever the fuck, they just see them fucking boop, and that's cool and it's fun and whatever, and you might be able to fucking hold the gun super flat. The fucking slide is just reciprocating. Excuse me. The muzzle ain't rising.
Bless you, brother.
Whatever the fuck. There was a governmental sneeze. But the fucking... They're fucking poisoning me with my allergies. But the fucking...
Pollen's not real.
Listen, look it up. But the fucking... like, the idea that you're... A lot of... All I'm trying to say...
Well, it's all great until you're running a 320 and you only got that first shot.
People are shooting fast just to shoot fast. The split times mean nothing without correlating hits.
Yeah.
And if you have a slower split time, but a higher hit probability, I would take that myself any day of the week over fucking 0.6 splits, but a 13% hit probability.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever the fuck, right? So... Which we've seen with New York, with the New York police, and much of it equates to the fucking heavy triggers they have to have in their Glocks and whatever the fuck it is. But they shoot typically an entire mag before they get one hit.
They're also not the most trained people in the world.
No cops are.
Yeah, exactly.
No, which is
scary in itself.
But, well, for them.
Well.
So, but like, anyway.
I'm just saying this.
No, I get and agree with what you're saying wholeheartedly.
The speed and precision is in correlation with each other.
Of course, it's a balance. Everything is a balance.
Yeah.
My only argument,
say for the most accurate guy,
accuracy matters a little bit more because if you can't put them where you need to put them, it doesn't matter how fast you put them there.
But on let's just say like how the influencers say like on a 2-way range.
It's always a 2-way range. If anything, it's a 3, 4, 8-way range because there's fucking angles from everywhere.
But say if you're the most precise guy, but the other guy...
There's no kill cam in real life.
Well...
But say... The whole thing we boil down to, though, is slow is steady, steady is fast.
Yeah, slow is smooth, smooth is fast.
Well, I mean, with that whole thing, too, though, which I would disagree with...
Have you ever seen Masad Ayub?
the whole thing I would say.
Did you even watch that fucking video I sent you? You fucking
I watched it, man.
About the fucking distance shooting and all the recording. Did you actually though?
Yeah.
Was it not? It's pretty interesting.
It was.
Because not only did it go over the Elijah
Yeah.
Dickinson thing, it's when, you know, when they were talking about they were fucking people grabbing their bolt guns out of the fucking truck and shooting at the dude in the fucking watchtower or whatever at fucking however many meters. But, like, just the idea that if you were 50 yards away from me shooting at me,
Mm-hmm.
but I could noticeably discern that you're way off target, and it's not, and you could die from a lucky bullet just as well as a precisely aimed one.
Yeah.
But if I have the inclination that it's like Ray Charles downrange trying to shoot me, like, it gives me a little bit more lateral comfort.
Okay.
So
psychologically, yeah.
So like,
but the whole thing, I disagree with the whole slow is
slow, smooth as fast.
Yeah, cause it's just because once again it just comes down to training, and I would say where it could be done better, and it could be done faster. Now I'm not necessarily saying like how you're saying you just fucking draw your gun and fucking mag dump at someone, but say
that's
for
what I feel like Instagram is.
Well,
telling
yeah,
people
but you have
do.
you have to be smarter to be able to discern.
But again, you've met the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. If we have to dumb it down for their betterment, I'm okay with that because I'd rather them be better.
Yeah.
So
but I would say for the more advanced crowd that if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing, especially when it comes to your life.
It's a Ron Swanson quote.
So
don't half-ass two things, whole-ass one thing, I believe is it.
Yeah.
But
so like if you could do it, and if you're pushing yourself, I would say, and you could do
which
it,
you should be.
If you could do
because
it
that's
once,
how you know your limits and your barriers,
Exactly.
and then you can guarantee that you can work towards an end goal, because then you have your measure of this is where I'm comfortable, this is me pushing it, and I'm a little sloppy, and now I'm going to work to bridge the gap to where this is where I'm comfortable,
exactly.
and
So
then this is where I'm sloppy.
So if you're doing this and this counts as slow, then it can always kind of be faster. Is what I'm saying. So like that's where I disagree with the whole like slow.
But speed in 90% or higher is a sacrifice for accuracy.
But in every aspect, speed can be added with training. Is what I'm saying.
Of course.
Well, yeah. So like, say if you draw the gun, and not necessarily saying that you're too slow, but just saying that if
more deliberate.
If this is your time doing this, they can always be improved upon.
If you and that's what I forget who always says it. I mean, there's a few people that say it, but if you are within a certain distance and you're making all of your hits, you're probably shooting too slow.
Lucas Bakken.
Well, there's a lot of people. I think Costa said it, and I hate to give him credit, but the fucking
the cowboy boots dropped the pro.
Right. Fucking. He pops up the ass, though. He does, dude, just for the airsoft pictures. But the fucking... Have you seen the fucking video of him on the stage with the modeling airsoft guns?
Yeah. The ooh-woos.
I added it to my cringe compilation. But the fucking... So, like, again, the idea that it is everything in moderation, and practically speaking, should it be good enough accuracy with good enough speed? Yes. I'm just arguing that overall, no matter what the situation, I think accuracy is final. Because it doesn't matter how soon you let that shot off if it doesn't hit its intended target. And in certain circumstances, if it doesn't hit its intended target and you only have one and you blew it, it doesn't matter how quick you got it off. Giggity. But... That's where the term Minuteman comes from, by the way.
I would also say you can't prioritize...
You don't got all the time in the world, but seconds count. Fucking cops are minutes away or whatever the fuck.
Or for example, like, once again, there's a lot of contributing factors as far as, like, luck and all that stuff. Like, say you train all this time and all the rounds down range, you've done everything correctly, you can still get capped with a lucky shot. So
from a dude with a Mosin and a Punisher shirt and flip-flop from, like, 600 with irons.
Yeah.
So
that's what I was saying, like, I wouldn't necessarily speak in absolutes like the Sith, you know what I mean?
Of course, right.
But
that being said, Yoda himself said, do or do not, there is no try, which is in and of itself an absolute. So what side of the fucking Jedi Order do you fall on? So...
Well, I mean, I would say the situation dictates what you're supposed to do, but you're supposed to have the training to arise to whatever the situation dictates. So, say for example...
Well, we could play the what-if game all day long.
Well, I mean, you have to learn...
This argument could go on all day long.
Well, you have to learn what you need to know to apply it to all the what ifs is what I'm saying.
And all I'm saying, then maybe it's a much, because I agree with everything that you're saying. I do. But all that I'm arguing, I guess, is the base principle of the way that the gun culture is in today's day and age. A lot of people think that if they can shoot fast, that blanket of bullets is what protects them. Whether or not they're hitting anything. And it may, for a brief period of time, where you just lay down suppressing fire enough for you or a teammate to get to cover or concealment or move or rotate or fucking do whatever. But, like, I think that the way that things are portrayed,
Like the
people training
what
at
they
5 yards,
or whatever.
I think that people are prioritizing speed over accuracy, when in the least bit you need both.
Mhm.
And at the most bit, I think accuracy is final. Because, again, you can fucking rattle off 15, 16 shots out of a Glock 19 in under 3 seconds or whatever the fuck people want to do. But if you hit nothing, it means nothing. And I would trade those 15 shots downrange with no hits for 3 shots downrange with 2 hits or 1 hit that's solid or whatever the fuck it is. So it's a matter of efficiency, which again is an independent thing. It's the Indian, not the arrow. But all I'm arguing is that I think that modern culture, modern society of the shooting community, shooting culture, boog boy, Instagram influencer, whatever the fuck, like fucking True Exodus and shit in his backyard, fucking with whatever gun that they sent him this month. Like, it doesn't matter if you're shooting an A zone from 3 yards, bro. And
Well,
that's
in
what
that
they're showing.
situation, yeah, maybe.
That's what they're showing,
Yeah.
though. That's because it makes them look good.
Mhm.
And that's what they're portraying to the people out there. So, yes, if you can go out there and fucking pop, 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 and you're all on paper, which in real life equates to all hits, even if you're hit here, hit here, hit here, hit here, hit here, whatever the fuck, most shots, especially with a pistol, are psychological stops. It's the, oh shit, that dude just fucking shot me. I don't care what it's with. I don't want to get shot again. And they leave you alone. Or stop doing whatever fucking nefarious bullshit they're doing.
Or get tapped again.
That, right. And maybe even have already gotten tapped in the time that it took them to process. Because so, press. But, like, and we were doing failure to stop drills the other day.
Mozambiques.
Right. So, 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. So you shoot them 2 to the chest because 1 might not be good enough. And the 2, which a lot of people don't realize, is equating for your fuck up. Because realistically, given they weren't wearing armor, you'd only need 1, not 3. But the 2nd to the chest is equating for your failure given because fingers turn to flippers, whatever the fuck, right? And then if they keep going because they got armor, because they're hopped up on drugs, whatever, you have to shut down the central nervous system, which is the spine, the heart, the brain box, the whatever the fuck. So, but being able to deliver that on demand, right, if not triple tap, dude. But like on demand though.
That's rule 2.
Because again, if you are shooting somebody, how many times have there been a dude? What about the dude that was eating people in Florida off the bath salts or whatever? How many shots? It was like 40-something shots to take the dude down.
Also, you got to equate that.
So what did it have taken?
Those police officers taking those shots, they're not.
No, like they were like 40 hits on the dude.
Right.
Well, I mean, a hit in the ankle's a hit.
And 3 to the head.
Which is the thing. So what if you shot him in the ankle at a .08 split?
Well, I would say at that time.
But it took you 1.1 to put him down with a brain box. What is more valuable? Well, because in the meantime, what has transpired?
Well, I mean, if you're shooting and you're aiming to stop someone, you hit him in the ankle. That's just because there was a lapse in something prior to in the fundamentals as far.
But a lot of people do that though.
Well, that's why you gotta know. Yeah.
Because they're trying to just spray and pray.
And not to mention, it's not always a standing target.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Shit moves.
Everything is dynamic.
Especially like in that case, dude's literally on the ground over somebody eating their fucking face.
You have to make sure you shoot the bad guy and not the dude getting eaten alive.
Getting eaten alive.
So, regardless of if there's a homeless problem, So,
and that could not even be just that. It could be dudes fucking on the ground strangling somebody to death, you know? And at that point, you know, you're up behind them. There's only that much length of their fucking femur difference between shooting them in the fucking ankle and shooting them in the chest. Right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the hits definitely mattered. So you train for precision no matter what the factor, but you have to equate speed is what I'm saying.
Yeah, so my old thing would be, if you can shoot accurately, slowly, you will eventually get faster. You will be able to pick up that muscle memory properly, get all that zeroed in, right? Mm-hmm. And you'll be able to, even without trying, you will start doing it faster, right? You will realize that grip, you'll realize everything in your head, and you'll already have it instead of having to focus on it. Mm-hmm. In which case, in the training, slow is fast.
Well, I mean,
yes, you need to cognizantly
be on a timer,
speed up as you go, as you train.
But that's just.
But you never want to go beyond the point of, I am no longer shooting accurately, I am shooting fast. There's that point, that little crest that you don't want to fall.
Well,
off.
I would argue that's like
90%
that's where like the distance comes into it.
Yeah.
Because like say like once again, if it's like fucking 2-3 feet away.
Yeah.
Then it's like, just like say if you draw on somebody, right? Yeah. And you don't even have time to fully fucking like press out all the way. Yeah. You're just sitting here shooting from like down here.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
even then, if you're not paying attention, you're gonna fucking, as you're drawing, fucking pulling the trigger, shoot yourself 5 times before you even get it pointed.
That's what I'm saying. So, like,
you have
distance
to
dictate.
A slow miss counts way more than a fast, or a slow hit counts way more than a fast miss, dude.
In the situation, I would say.
So
it's all situations.
Right. So check this.
A miss means
so. If you're
a miss is just depleted ammo in your supply.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's also something you take into accountability.
If we're on woods in Tarkov, listen.
Well, if we're in labs in Tarkov,
if we're anywhere in Tarkov,
and we're this far away, and that's why you
point fire, which I demonstrated perfectly the other day on the fucking. But
you point fire when you need to shoot quicker.
At the same time, though, if I point fired all 30 of those rounds into a dude wearing level 4 plates, it means nothing.
Well, I mean, and
equivocally speaking, because yes, he's going to be hit, he's going to feel the punch, it might break a rib or whatever, but realistically, all the while I'm doing that, he can line up one shot and put it right between my eyes, and I'm dead. So when I'm walking through woods in Tarkov, or I'm walking through the woods in real life, and oh shit, there's a dude over there, I see him, he sees me, I get behind a tree, he's shooting. He's hitting the trees, hitting all around the trees, fucking laying it down, but I fucking snap out and get one shot on his face and he dies. What mattered more? The time it took me from the beginning of the engagement to stop the engagement, or the amount of splits, the time of the splits between each shot that I took?
That all contributes to the same thing is what I'm saying.
Well, it's all relative, of course, but all I'm saying, though, is it doesn't matter how fast you shoot if you're not hitting what you shoot.
Well, yeah, but also...
and if you need to slow down to make your hits...
Distance is what I'm saying.
At a sacrifice of speed of shot...
Yeah.
I think that also should be more in favor.
The sacrifice of precision, given the time you have to
I don't ever sacrifice precision. I don't know if you've seen me shoot, but...
Just like, if someone were like to kick your door in, and you miss 2 shots, but you hit them 3 times because you took 5 shots in the time that, when you take a slow shot, it takes you to take 2. You still
Ideally, you want to take
I missed those first 3 and then hit 3 afterwards.
Well, I mean,
and I could have just hit one straight dome piece in the first 2 shots.
Yeah,
but
right.
Also,
you could do all day long.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that the biggest contributing factor to precision on one side of the spectrum and speed on the other side is distance.
No, because check this out. Yes, but no.
Like, say for example, if me and you are literally this far apart, talking distance,
okay,
and like we're in a situation where we're defending ourselves for our lives, and I pull the gun out faster than you do,
never gonna happen.
Well,
I mean, his already out, so you already lost.
I got these right here.
Not worried about it.
But
you can go grab the gloves if you want.
Right, we got a whole ass backyard.
comparatively speaking.
You ever played the ICP game where it was backyard wrestling?
With you gotta put the halogen lights down and
Yes,
jump,
dude.
do a flip on it. Yeah.
There's a trampoline back.
You chilling with the homies.
More contact.
Homies.
But I would say it just equates to what the situation dictates for what you need to succeed in your goal of not dying. So if you're further away and you have,
Which might even include spraying and praying just to keep someone else's head down. So you can get out of there.
Just fucking 2 feet away and you gotta just fucking pull the gun out and shoot, or you not even pull out the gun in the first place. Whatever it takes to you not to die.
Right.
But if you're fucking 200 yards away and there's accurate fire coming in, and you have time to line up a shot, comparatively speaking to where some Fed just fucking kicked in your door and you just gotta dump the MAC-10 at them.
I like your choice.
It's two totally different things, I would say.
Very
But
ethnic.
you gotta train to be prepared for each situation is what I'm saying, because this I would say precision and speed are on two opposite sides of the spectrum, but they work towards the same goal of not dying.
I would still say that anybody can shoot fast. Not everybody can shoot accurate.
But everybody can shoot accurate. If you train enough,
Not
you shoot,
everybody can shoot accurately, even slow.
Yeah, you can train to shoot accurately, but if you don't shoot accurately faster than the other dude shooting accurately,
if you don't
it
shoot
doesn't matter.
accurately fast enough.
Yeah, fast
So,
enough. Yeah,
which again, situation dependent.
because you could be fucking like the most precision dude, but if you die,
We've all played fucking Call of Duty and shit. Our fucking trigger fingers be flopping, okay? It's not a problem. The fast shooting is not the problem.
Right, that's what I'm arguing. Is that
But if the other dude shoots off 3 rounds, misses 2 and hits you in the face, compared to where you try to line it up, is what I'm saying. So
right. Well, I'm not saying that when there's rounds incoming that I'm gonna be like doing the little wobble side to side, getting my placement and shit, and then fucking. Right, I'm not readjusting the grip and shit. I'm not fucking doing gang signs and origami
but also,
or whatever.
if the target's 1,000 yards away, you have time to do that. That's what I'm saying.
Not necessarily, because if they've got a 338 Lapua Magnum and they know
Well,
how to
I mean,
use it doesn't matter.
If you're a counter sniper, then yeah.
Listen, if I have,
Or you're the sniper and then the other's a counter sniper.
Yeah,
It all
see?
depends.
Or
it all depends on
conversely,
started it.
you're the sniper and there's an untrained force fucking shooting over the top of a car hood like this with an AK that is just randomly firing.
which you can still get hit by.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
So, again, I concede and agree wholeheartedly that it's all relative. I'm just saying that you have to crawl before you walk.
Well, they get to that
If
point.
you can,
yeah.
well, this is what I'm saying. If you don't train accuracy, shooting groups, shooting at distance, shooting slow, you cannot speed it up. Because you should not be worried about shooting faster if you can hit slow.
Well, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. That's where it starts. And I feel most people in today's day and age, because of the online presence of people doing drills, shooting competition, whatever the fuck.
They don't see the work that
emphasis-
happened before that. That's what yeah.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Because then they don't realize that you have to put in the work before that. You have to be able to get to that point before you can start doing that shit and practicing that shit. Because if you're not at that point and you're practicing shooting fast, but you can't hit the broadside of a barn standing inside that motherfucker, it doesn't matter how fast your splits are, bro. So you have to be able to shoot slow, hit what you're aiming at, shoot a group, be consistent hitting what you're aiming at.
You get faster doing it.
And then once you start throwing shots, when you're shooting a fucking USPSA target at 5-7 yards and you're outside the A zone, then you got to reel it back. And you got to shoot for accuracy and then slowly move it up. So it all starts with that because, again, the point of shooting is to what?
To hit things.
Exactly. Which doesn't happen if you're not accurate. So again, it's an old boomer FUD fucking, one shot, one kill or whatever. But the premise though, because this is the thing, nothing in today's day and age that is being taught is new. It's a reinterpretation on something that existed before, and we might have learned from it. We might have gotten better and tweaked it a little bit, but the original concept has been around since the beginning of time, since people started shooting each other with fucking in China with fucking black powder pipes and shit. It's the same principle. You gotta line it up, you gotta make it count. It doesn't matter, and back in the day, time mattered even less. You had all the time in the world, so accuracy was final, especially since you only got one.
Yeah, but see, for example, bringing that into it, say you just have the accuracy all on one side of the spectrum with one musket, but have an AR with 30 rounds.
Right, but if that dude, which we see him in the shop,
Yeah.
I would feel safe in front of some people at 10 yards with a 30-round magazine.
Well, yeah, that's
So-
but they also don't train to the standards of what we're talking about.
But that's what I'm saying. But
also,
the people
you
that
don't
are
always-
new to this, those people are the people that are going to see, and hold on to what you're saying and say it, but those people that are new to this and don't have any preconceived notions and haven't been through the ringer and fucking established, hey, I've tried this, I've tried that, this is what works, this doesn't really work, but only in some situations maybe it works and it's actually better than the other thing, which is outside the norm, but like it's only a niche application or whatever the fuck semantical bullshit we want to play. The people that are brand new to this and turn on a Grand Anthem video and see him just papa, 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 they see Lucas Arms fucking papa, 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 they see fucking whoever the fuck else. Even myself, sometimes I'd be out there just doing shit. but like,
Had to throw your name in there.
right. Like, share, comment, subscribe. But like, it's not, and that's why, I mean, and not like in like a fucking grandiose way, but like, when every chance I get, if I have to fucking go test fire a gun, like, because we're buying it at the shop or whatever, I always take a target. Because if we're buying this gun, like, we need to know that there's not like an imperfection in the barrel or a fucking there's a nick on the crown or whatever. And again, not that I'm fucking Jerry Mitchell like myself, but I know how to shoot a gun. So I always take a target and I always try and slow fire a group. And some days I'm on, some days I'm off, and then most of the time, you know, it's whatever. But it's like you really do get like the experience. You can't learn what the gun does if you don't take the time with it, which comes into like gunfighting, and I am no gunfighter, but gunfighting, from my understanding, is a martial art. Because this is an extension of you as much as a fucking shuriken, a nunchuck, a samurai sword, a fucking your hands, your fists, or whatever. You have to be able to input your control on whatever it may be to exact a specific outcome. So, especially when this is something that goes against all human instinct, because you're letting off a mini explosion in your hands every time you put your booger hooker on the bang switch. And your natural human instinct and reaction is to flinch or fight against it or shy away from it. If you can learn to live with it, and even learn, and it's hard, dude, because I've been shooting guns since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. Of all calibers, bro. I was 10 years old, out there fucking stripper feeding a fucking SKS, getting to it because Y2K was coming. So the fucking, like, and it's different. Not everybody has that. All I'm saying is the people that did not grow up or learn soon enough that there is a lot that goes into it, and they have to dedicate themselves to The Way of the Gun, which is a great movie, by the way. Like, it's an obscure and abstract concept because all that they know, all that they're conditioned to, is the movies and TV and this, that, and the third. And they see it done, edited, up close and personal. Like, how many people, like, when we shoot at the shop between everybody and we're fucking around and shit, like, at least me, we make a point to shoot at distance. We make a point to shoot one-handed, offhanded, fucking upside down with the pinky. Not because that's any practical, I mean, the one-handed, offhanded, and distance shit 100% is. The pinky shit, not so much. But at the same time, what it does give you is it takes you out of your element. And it makes you, because you're still applying the same fundamentals, you just have to do it with different dexterity. And that's the thing. What happens, most people, if you're in a gunfight, you're pressed out, whatever, people have tunnel vision on the threat. What is the threat? The gun. What's attached to the gun? Your hands, your arms, your center mass, your everything. It's a through and through. So you're most likely to fucking take a round to the hand, to the wrist, to the arm, to the whatever. Because that's what the threat focusing on. Because if they got a gun too, they're going to subconsciously see that and fucking pow, pow, pow. And their biomechanics or whatever the fuck Travis Haley is fucking breathing heavy in the Magpul videos, that's what it's going to equate to. And statistically speaking, if you actually look into it, a lot of the times it's forward extremity hits in a gun-on-gun fight. And whether it's a subconscious thing or not, or whether it was a precisely aimed bullet or not, or it was just lucky or whatever. So now, you're down to one hand. Maybe both your hands are injured. Maybe you took one directly through the fucking, your support hand, your strong hand, which, again, should not necessarily be stronger than your support hand, but always will be. And your magwa. So now you got a fucked up mag, fucked up hands. You don't have a tight grip on the pistol, and you can't fucking manage recoil, and you got one shot left to make the difference between your life or anyone else's life. Does it matter that you shoot it upside down with the pinky finger if that's the only way you can get that gun to go off? Does it matter if you manage the recoil for this follow-up shot, which you won't even have because your magazine and your pistol grip is destroyed? Does it matter?
I mean, well, that's a very heavily situation.
Right. But anything can
that
happen.
comes down to the point that I was
So
going to
again,
make, though. Is that you can argue speed, volume of bullets, and everything like that.
Right.
However many
Firepower
bullets you got in the mag,
superiority.
you know. You could have a 100-round fucking drum sitting on the bottom of your Glock. But what happens when you limp wrist that bitch and it fucking jams? There goes your speed.
Well, I mean,
But that one shot could have been a
that's
fucking
lack of
accurate.
fundamentals on the limp wristing, though.
Yeah, but the lack of fundamentals is also the accuracy and the need to be able to shoot a lot of bullets in order to make up for that, when one could suffice. Not that one always will, but the fact that one always could.
What if you got a fucking P320 in your hands, dude? That shit's gonna fucking one round, it blows. You know, that's one
Were you
shot.
there today when I fucking demonstrated the out-of-battery detonation with the
Yeah,
pen?
I was standing in front of you.
Every time it works. The fucking... And whatever.
But you don't always have all them fucking bullets under the gun.
Right.
You may have them there. They may be sitting there.
You know the reason why you carry a spare mag?
Can't always use them.
Tell me.
For malfunctions?
Exactly. Not for more ammo.
Well, I mean, it's also use case.
It's a byproduct.
Yeah.
It's a convenience. But the reason why you carry... Because statistically speaking, 3 yards, 3 shots, 3 seconds, right? That's what we've been told for years. FBI statistics, 7 yards and in, 21
Imagine
feet.
trusting the FBI.
I never would. But just idea, again, we're talking about... This is the people that I'm concerned about, because I'm good. You're good. He's good. You know, most of these people watching are probably good. But the random dude that stumbles across this video that's just getting into it, just bought his first fucking gun or whatever the fuck he's trying to... So it's a lot of the shit that doesn't get talked about because we already know. We understand it. But how many millions and millions of gun owners are new gun owners with just the fucking scamdemic alone in the past few years? They have no fucking idea. Given a lot of them don't fucking care because it's the great talisman. I have this sitting in the nightstand, therefore I am armed. I am safe and nobody can hurt me. That's what a lot of people think. They're misguided at best.
Yeah.
But the people that are willing to go to the range, put in the time, the effort, you have to fucking crawl before you can walk, before you can run. So you start, if you can't shoot accurately slow, you sure as fuck cannot do it fast. And while shooting fast, even inaccurately, can cover your ass in some situations, there are going to be times where having that skill set, which anyone, a monkey, could fucking pick up. We've seen it with the AKs. They got the fucking Somalian pirate fucking monkeys with the AKs fucking shoot. You've seen the videos.
Yeah.
And that's not even CGI, bro. There's fucking... Dude. Planet of the Apes, dude. They had... In the movie... Listen. It's shooting a gun. Anybody can do is what I'm saying. A fucking child... Everyone... Oh, save the kids. Your child could pick up a gun and fucking squeeze it off. And... Even though that child means no harm, has no idea what they're doing, can squeeze off a round effectively to incapacitate, kill, maim, anywhere in between, anybody, even just on accident. But there's luck or lack of luck in that situation. If we're talking life or death as a prepared individual that is willing to face those things, no matter what, should be efficiency at our utmost priority, and efficiency means nothing without accuracy. Because otherwise, it's inefficient. Because if the point of shooting is to hit, and we're not hitting, it doesn't matter how fast we do it. That's my only argument.
Well, yeah.
Drop the mic. Fucking throw it across the room. That's all I'm saying. And I completely concede and agree with everything that you're saying because I'm all on board, dude. I'm all about shooting fast. My whole thing, though, too, is much like James Yeager said, is you need to know how to shoot. You'll naturally shoot fast. Out of instinct, out of fear, out of, oh, fuck, you will shoot fast. You don't have to train yourself necessarily to shoot fast. In the grand
shoot
scheme.
fast, right?
Right. But if you know how to shoot right.
You can shoot faster.
Right.
But you can't shoot fast thinking that you're going to shoot right.
Right, because you wouldn't be shooting fast, like I'm saying, unless you know how to shoot right. Which starts with accuracy before speed. That's the only thing I'm saying, is you can't shoot fast until you know how to shoot good.
This argument's gone on for an hour.
Listen, I'm just saying, leave it in the comment section below. I'd like to see what y'all think. I could be wrong. Don't listen to me. I don't give a fuck. All I'm saying is, if you want to be able to shoot fast, you sure as fuck better be able to shoot good first. Because it doesn't matter how quick you missed.
I'm just see how fast this fucking exports on the new compute.
Dude, it's a pretty... They don't even see the compute, and it's honestly... I do appreciate the extra ambiance that it adds.
You know what
Because-
I just realized, though, that bothers me?
Tell me.
It's front fans, right? The RGB 3
So this is the front, or this is the front? Because to
three
me,
fans
this
is
is
the
the front because it's facing the compute, and I feel like this is where you plug stuff in at, which it looks like that's where you plug stuff in at.
Yes, but
which
you
to
plug
me
stuff
would be
into the
front.
back of a compute.
You do. You do fucking plug it into both sides of the compute, but you also have
There's
something
front-
plugged
there's
into the
front
top of the
IO,
compute, which
less,
is throwing me off.
less
dude.
options. But like, I just realized on the RGB on the three front fans, right? One is running. Okay, it's switched now.
Are you okay?
One was the lights were moving in the opposite direction.
Okay. Maybe you're
Or
just tripping.
maybe I'm just fucking tripping.
Probs.
Maves.
Either way, does it not cost more energy and computing capabilities to have this shit just circling around like a buffering window?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't
Costs like 5 watts of power. Nothing for the compute, just power.
So why wouldn't you just have like a solid cull? And also, does this not change culls?
It does. I just haven't downloaded the software and shit to control it. Same as the
Imagine.
fucking other RGBs.
Imagine only having the R's out of the G's and the B's.
Well, it is the 7900 XTX Red Devil. And so...
Imagine
it's
selling
only-
your soul to Satan.
Yeah,
Couldn't be me.
How do you think I got the compute?
Makes sense. Checks out. It's fucking sacrificing goats in the backyard. Wouldn't be the first time. But either way, I actually legitimately had like a whole bunch of like pre-planned topics that like I wanted to like talk about and ask you about and get your input on and shit.
You're going to have to come back next week now.
I mean, it's not too late.
He won't.
Go ahead, just start throwing stuff out there, man.
Dude, we're at 3
Alright.
hours right now.
Are you muzzling yourself, dude?
He is, dude. He's infringing on my rights.
All right, one more topic, go.
We are already like double our normal podcast.
Listen,
Ain't nobody
nobody but
watching this all
Joe
the way
Morgan
through.
is here in the comment section.
Nobody's
We
watching this all the way
appreciate
through.
Okay,
Even
so
Joe Morgan's already left.
So go ahead, shoot it out, man.
okay, all right. What is the original YouTube gun channel you first started watching when you were like, yo, I'm getting into this, like I'm researching shit, I'm just learning or whatever it is. What is the first YouTube gun channel you came across and approximately what time in
The
reality?
first that I've seen, man, I would probably say like Hickok 45 to be totally honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Circa what year?
2015, 16ish. 20, yeah. Well,
Imagine not
my-
shooting since out the womb.
my freshman year of high school is 2014, so
Okay.
yeah, so
Doxing
like
yourself, but all right.
2015. Well, I mean, I'm not an old feller like y'all.
Dude, I got like 2 years on you.
What is he
Well-
doxing himself?
But
It's
yeah,
been done many times before.
I would say as far as like YouTube gun content creators or whatever, yeah, probably like Hickok 45
So-
and
Okay, go on. No, go on.
yeah. Actually, prior to that, I lied. So not even before that, FPS Russia.
Okay. So this is what I meant, and maybe I didn't clarify it, but like the first like YouTube gun channel type of thing that you were watching because you were interested in it and like trying to get information to learn or to see, you know, what else you're gonna buy or what you need or what you should be thinking about.
Also,
like
not like for like
not
fucking,
just like your
entertainment.
friend sent you a fucking
no,
gif of Hickok riding down on his bicycle to fucking with the Uzi, bro, which
No.
everybody has seen, even
No, like
if you don't
legit,
even like guns.
like legit.
Like you're researching
I'm
guns.
researching
What is
guns.
the fuck?
Yeah, probably like F.P.S. Russia. That's like when I was like fucking 13, 14,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And that was more just because...
Shout out to FPS Rush.
Definitely, yeah.
Even though it's not Russian.
F.P.S. Kyle.
Right.
I would definitely say that just because it was some of the only solid, consistent, uploaded gun content at the time. It was very popular. I mean, he was like one of the most popular people on fucking platform at the time.
Yeah.
But that, and then like, it started to however you would say, like it started
amalgamate.
It started to turn into like, this is just gun content. Oh yeah, it's guns on the screen, and it turned into
the modern day demo ranch.
Well, yeah, so it kind of turned into from like
entertainment.
That, yeah,
it's not entertainment.
Well, yeah, and also I would say what got me into guns the most is probably video games.
Okay.
Just because I knew the gun, I knew like basic shit, what the gun is, what type of gun, what it shoots, and all that stuff, and then it was relatable to where like FPS Russia was shooting in fucking dual wielding AA-12s,
right? Or the honey badger don't give no shit, or all the meme shit,
all that stuff
everybody's aware of, even if you're not a gun person.
Well, yeah, and I would say that's one of the biggest contributing factors to why it's just because he was the
which is why the 1911 is the greatest handgun ever devised.
So anyway, so it turned from that into, I would say, later years in like high school to where like the whole T-Rex thing came into about, and like Grantham and all that. Back when like Grantham was like very...
Fuck a Grantham. T-Rex Arms was here first.
Well,
don't you forget it.
Technically Grantham was there first. It's just he wasn't into like the memes and stuff at the time. It was just like him sitting there, black fucking screen.
Listen, T-Rex Arms was... Jesus. T-Rex Arms, why'd you do that? Who put that there? T-Rex Arms... T-Rex Arms... I'm pretty sure maybe he wasn't making content at the time, but he was building. Like it was like the glint.
The glint in your papa's eyes.
Right? Like, I'd like to know, dude. And even if he came after, I would argue that, and Lucas by all means is a fucking nerd, bro.
Autistic nerd, by the way.
But like,
well, let me fucking go to
since the inception, I think they've more consistently put out more content to help we the people, as opposed to the bro vet and the fucking this, that, and the third. I think they've always from day one catered to the civilian populace, which is what I appreciate the most. And out of a majority of YouTube gun channel content creators, they have affected the most change on the fight for the Second Amendment side.
I would say so, yeah.
So,
but I think because as far
because Grantham is modern day Carnicon, dude.
Well, also
or whatever the fuck it is, however you say it.
So I would definitely say that
he was here first.
He was Grantham was first.
I would definitely say that
T-Rex Arms got 6 years. Grantham's got 11.
Dude, I got fucking 7. Where the fuck are my millions of subscribes, dude? This is bullshit.
I would say as far as gun content with, it's not necessarily... Yeah, I would say gun content, creativity, and a solid upload base, and also relatability. That's where like Grantham gets the whole thing from.
But that's only because his whole personality is memes.
Well,
which are temporary and not... No, yes, okay. That's not exactly what I meant, but he is more of a hype train, where Lucas and channels like Lucas are a little bit more based in reality and practicality.
Well, I mean, I would say they approach it...
You're not going to see Lucas shooting a fucking 21A Beretta Bobcat at a ballistics torso gel or a fucking 50 caliber at point blank range to see what it does And that's his upload schedule for the week, which, again, information we all wanted to know.
That's why it's two different content types. Is what I'm
Right.
saying.
What I'm saying, though, is
T-Rex
this...
is more like he's the first channel I can honestly say that actually went into the actual intent of the Second Amendment. To where it's like he was saying like
I'm no nut and fancy fan, but one of the things that he always did say was, I am for constitutional law enforcement, which means he only supports the dudes that actually uphold the oath that they swear, which I would agree with. The problem is, where are they at? So,
But
where are they at, though?
I would say that the biggest
I think they've
draw
made
to
more of an I don't know how to put it. Not detrimental, but like a more...
They put more emphasis on civilians, I would say.
Right, and not only... Which that is what matters, because even... No, if you take the fucking clown costume off when you get home from fucking working all day on the job, fucking writing tickets to people going 3 over, you're still just a person.
Yeah.
So, and the idea that the Second Amendment is for the people, that includes everybody. No matter what walk of life, no matter what fucking race, color, creed, religion, no matter what fucking amount of dollars you have in the bank account, no matter whatever the factor. That's also the driving factor behind this entire channel, because they are putting out thorough, well-researched, in-depth reviews, content, but even the fun shit that they do has the learning aspect to it. Yeah. Where a lot of other people, Demo Ranch, fucking Grantham on a lot of his videos, they're just shooting things for the dramatic effect. And while they might make little off-color comments or jokes or whatever,
more towards entertainment.
Right, but that's the problem, though, is that not...
Well, you gotta be smart enough, if you're gonna be in the community...
Right, but those people...
You gotta be smart enough to differentiate the two, though.
Right, but the thing is, though, is majority of people that are in the community are there because of the entertainment. We need to get the people from the community into the culture, because the community is Demo Ranch-ass motherfuckers where, oh, guns are cool, I saw this on Call of Duty, and that might be the fucking crack that gets you hooked. Mm-hmm. But it needs to, at some point, evolve into this kind of shit. Otherwise, it's all for naught. We're all just plinking in the backyard, if that's the case.
I feel like it starts for different places for different people, yeah?
Yeah, but again, if it's taken seriously, it ends up here. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't get here because they're too hung up with, oh, well, I'll just shoot my 500 fucking Smith & Wesson Magnum at them and they'll explode, just like I saw in the fucking...
So, and that's where bullying comes into a thing.
Right. You need bring back bullying, dude.
Because, like, I feel like it starts just like, I would say, even though he's a lot older than Demo Ranch, like with me, where it started with, like, F.P.C. Russia or fucking, like, Hickok 45, where it's like, oh, this is a guy that has a gun. I like guns. This is a video that pertains about guns. To where now
that's very beneficial and it's a necessity because it's more of a cookie cutter family friendly approach that is not super serious. It's more laid back. It is more on the entertainment side.
But then it ends up to this.
Right, but some people never get past this or get to this because they're the same people. Yeah, but the problem is a lot of people, because of, in my opinion, are. Like, it's the norm. Everybody knows the memes. Everybody's hip to the fucking whatever the fuck. You know, like, Grantham, in and of himself, while he still puts out quality content, the fucking Minute Mad setup, the reconnoitering videos, all that shit, the camouflage videos, all the assault pack build-out videos, like, all that shit is super important and really, really good information that people should glean from. Like, the whole, even as dry as it is, the whole fucking German operators from fucking, like, the T-Rex, it's hard to watch video. But there's a lot of good...
Blackbeard, the Blackbeard.
There's a lot of good...
Redbeard, or is it...
whatever the fuck. They got their faces blurred and shit. He's got an accent the whole time. That's still... That's a really good video. But a lot of people are not watching that because all they need is the instant gratification of seeing Iraq veteran 8888 explode a watermelon.
You can see how many of... T-Rex Arms videos I've watched.
Uncultured, dude.
Imagine not watching the 10-hour shooting montage video all the way through at least 4 times.
At least, and you still won't catch it all. But like, like that's it's so.
I feel like it's just like, once again.
I'd like to hear what your thoughts are on this. What is your first fucking? I haven't even said mine. What is your first fucking YouTube gun experience?
I started off with Demo Ranch
Okay.
and some IV 88, 88, 88, 88.
R.I.P. to Barry, by the
Yes.
way.
When Barry was still alive.
Shot shell
Yes.
Barry.
Barry was sick. Fucking cut shells.
How about
Yeah,
cut
gotta
shell?
get
Yeah.
cut shells.
Cut shell.
That's where I learned about him.
Yeah.
And I was over there that same night with some bird shot. Like, fuck, I'm gonna get you with this.
But that was before I owned a gun. And that was probably about 2015 that I started watching all that shit. And like, I had been into guns. I had airsoft guns, BB guns, stuff like that. I just fucking, before that, I never paid attention to YouTube, except for like somebody would show me a fucking random video or whatever.
Right, dude.
You know. But
Just all cat videos at the time.
yeah, pretty much. Like, it was
In 08,
all
dude?
chopsticks.
At its
It was the
inception,
fucking-
bro?
It was the fucking video of the fucking car down the fucking road and
Right.
jump scare shit, dude. You know.
Right. Or
It's
you
that
got
kind of shit.
rickrolled.
Yeah.
8 out of 9 times you got rickrolled.
Yeah, like that was, but like that's when I first actually started watching YouTube channels. Like when I
got
first
Rick
actually
Rolled the other
subscribed
day,
to a
actually,
YouTube
tell you
channel. It was like
Never
Demo Ranch,
gave you-
IV 8888.
Yeah.
But
But for real, R.I.P. Barry, dude.
Yeah.
Barry,
bring Barry back.
Yeah,
you know,
dude.
we got the technology now. Come on,
Yeah, dude.
We
If
can
they got
clone
Walt
his
Disney
ass.
cryogenically
We can
frozen,
clone
dude,
his
we could
ass.
bring
Come
back
on,
Barry,
we
bro.
need to bring back Barry. Dude.
Bringbackbarry.com, dude.
Oh man,
Donate below. But the fucking... it's a scam, the whole
It's a scam.
But the...
We're just buying nods over here.
So I'm gonna say that, imagine not already having, but my first thing, legitimately, because I've always, the way that I grew up is with my dad, who's crazier than me, but like it's always been like of a preparedness mindset. Like I remember, like literally Y2K, the night of Y2K before it struck midnight,
This
I
is
was
the
in the basement with
third
canned goods
podcast
and a
in a row
loaded
that's been
SKS.
mentioned.
No, that's what I'm saying though. It's because that's where it all started. So like, at least for me, which is probably a niche circumstance where most people it's not like that. From a very young age, I remember, because I grew up during the Clinton crime ban, dude. And I remember my dad showing me drum mags and 30-round mags, or the 20-round detachable Tapco box mags for the SKSs that don't even fucking work well half a shit. They work in Tarkov, but in real life, don't trust it. But he's like, this is gold. You can't ever give this up, because once you give it up, it's gone. And he still had it, right? Obviously, even throughout the ban and whatever. And again, like I remember, like as a child, legitimately, I had a fucking old fucking, and I still got them, Swiss BDU fucking jumpsuits and shit. I got that, like an old Alice rig, holding a couple pouches with strippers, and I got the because if dad goes down, I'm the man of the house.
gotta love your dad just giving you some strippers, you know.
Right.
In both ways.
But that was the thing, like, so that's how I grew up. And always, even from a youth, understanding the importance of being able to fight back. Yeah. I was always told, don't start a fight, finish it, whatever it is. And I didn't get it. When I did finish it, I didn't get in trouble. I was expelled or fucking suspended from school, but I didn't get grounded when I got home. So that's, and not everybody has that, especially in the fucking nanny state that exists today. So getting into the premise of owning and using firearms and training with firearms to stop the threat, which equivocally means somebody dies potentially. For a lot of everyday people, it's an abstract thought. And so even just to get past that and to understand the true purpose of it, we need more than just the entertainment. I think it's great. I think it needs to exist. I think it gets a lot of people into the gun community. But if you're really here for the true purpose of the Second Amendment, that means you have to take place in the culture, bro, because it's no longer just a hobby, it's a lifestyle, because life doesn't exist without freedom, and freedom doesn't fucking exist without an armed populace. The way I see it, period. So subscribe to Lucas Bodkin and fucking the Terribly Tactical Channel and fucking the Shooting the Poop podcast or whatever the fuck, something. But like, understand that there's always more, there's always better. Do not rush your existence, your journey. Fucking see the forest for the trees. stop and smell the flowers, whatever it is, glean everything you can glean, because everybody has a piece to a puzzle. John Farnham, Yeager used to always say this all the time, and again, Yeager is probably looked at as one of the worst of all these dudes, especially by today's standards. But you know what he was always? The computer broke. But you know what he was always? He was real. Stop looking at your watch, you fucktard.
What? I was you.
No, I saw you, dude.
What?
I saw you. He did one of these. He was like, But either way, and that was out the periffs, bro, so don't even think it's sweet. But
It ain't never sweet.
it ain't never sweet, bro. It's usually sour, but first
The only
it's thick.
educational
so the fucking,
YouTuber that I watch is Terribly Tactical.
like, share, comment, subscribe. Check the links in the description box below. But for real, like, there's, because again, I for my answer again, I know we got to go because I'm being rushed. You can't rush art, but he's always trying to rush it. Then you end up with like a banana taped on the wall and shit. It's like modern.
Makes millions.
Well, if only. But mine, honestly, I forget what. There was Southern Prepper 1. That's an oldie but a goodie.
Yep.
There's fucking, I forget what the other dude's name was. I don't know that he's even around anymore, but the largest name that I was first hooked onto was Nuttin' Fancy. And Nuttin' Fancy is a dweeb. Nuttin' Fancy is a dork. Nuttin' Fancy is cheesy as shit. But you know what Nuttin' Fancy is? Is he's consistent. And so he has, and he's one of the oldest fucking YouTube gun channels around and has been doing it ever since the conception. Like, it was Nuttin' Fancy and Such back in the day. And fuck a shill double odd. And also fuck a Nuttin' Fancy. But at the same time, like, getting into it, because the way that I looked at it was of the preparedness mindset, understanding that, hey, it's fun, it's cool to shoot, it, you know, whatever, like hunting and all that, but like, we have guns for a more serious purpose. And the whole preparedness mindset, I grew up always being a Boy Scout, you know, from Cub Scouts to Weeblos to Boy Scouts to fucking, you know, I was going to be graduating into an Eagle, but like I quit because I was like, this is kind of lame, but only because like it was taking up like my Wednesday nights or whatever. I thought I was like the coolest kid on the block. I was like, psh, I don't want to go to a troop meeting, dude. I want to go hang out with my friends, dude. You know, so there was that. But I always enjoyed it though, because I enjoyed fucking making a stupid ass fucking windmill regatta or whatever the fuck, rain gutter regatta from nothing. I enjoyed fucking going out into the wilderness and fucking camping and fucking hand stitching shit and whatever the fuck it is. I enjoyed having a fucking Swiss Army knife on me all the time, because you know what that gave me? Options to solve problems, dude. I could fucking cut some shit. I could screw some shit. I could corkscrew some shit. I could fucking pick out a splinter. I could fucking pick my teeth with a toothpick. I could, like, that solved so many problems, and it was such a simple idea to me that, like, hey, we have these things to be able to accomplish tasks in case we need to, and that's why we have them all the time. As a child, dude, I had a backpack full of fucking knives and bayonets and BB guns and fucking whatever, just ready at all times, bro. Because as a child, that was my shit, and if we gotta go, we gotta go, and this is shit that I think I will need. And so I always understood the idea of preparedness. And maybe not understood it, but realized that it existed. And so finding Nuttin' Fancy and seeing all of his EDC videos, and then he's got prepping videos, and then he's out there training, and then he's doing gun reviews, and he's giving you the information about like the technical specs and why you want certain things over others, and then he's out there showing you the practical usage of them and whatever. And yeah, he's a dork. And yeah, you know, he's uncoordinated, and yeah, he's fucking cheesy and shit. But like, that it was an all-encompassing, I think, because he does cover, it's not just gun reviews, it's not just on the range shooting U.S.P.C. It's not just fucking, we're in the backyard and we're gonna shoot an LCP at 80 yards, you know, which I've done. It's fun. I can make those hits if need be, like, but it's the overall thing, and that's where I think most people need to end up, is the overall, because it's not just the guns, it's not just the gear, and if anything, those things mean nothing without mindset, heart, and work ethic, because nobody is good at anything naturally most of the time. Like, everybody's got their God-given gifts and talents or whatever, but like with most things, you have to put in the work ethic, and you got to put in the time, the blood, sweat, the energy, and whatever the fuck it is to be competent, at least enough, and every living, breathing human being on this planet, in my opinion, should be competent in being able to defend themselves and the people that they care about, regardless of the means. Rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. Too many people are complacent with being a gardener in a war. And the grass is not always greener on the other side. So, shit like this, you know, it's again, it's not just the guns. Beans, bullets, and Band-Aids. You gotta have them all. You gotta know how to use them all. But, so that's why I like the T-Rex shit a little bit more. I think it's more all-encompassing. I think it's still jovial and fun enough and gives you information. You know, same thing. Even just the risky Krisky shit. You could take one look at one of his videos and write him off as a complete loon. But the next video, not people like us, but the normies or whatever, but the next video, he's intricately telling you how to set up a fucking UV5R as a civilian fucking, you know, squad that's running, you know, with 5 to 12 dudes, and you're fucking communicating and when to communicate and when not to communicate. It's all useful, valuable information, especially from people that are not into this kind of shit as hardcore as we are and haven't done the individual research, because he's planting the seed. He's letting you know that, hey, this is something you should be aware about, you should be concerned about, and he's going to give you a rough estimate on how to do it, and then maybe that in and of itself spark. But if you never even bring it up because you're too busy shooting ballistic dummies or hand loading Legos into a shotgun shell, people get stuck there. That's all guns are there for. They're just fun. We're just going to the range. What happens when that range goes both ways? So that's why I appreciate this other type of shit. That's some of the shit that I've been trying to promote myself through my channel, through this channel, through whatever. Is it's more than just the gun. And by all means, I am a gun nerd. I'm a collector. I love it. I got a bunch of shit. Like, just owning the shit and seeing the shit, the technology and whatever it is, like, is cool and interesting to me and whatever. But, like, understanding that that shit only exists for one reason, primarily. That's where you should be. Everything else is a nicety, not a necessity. The true purpose of the Second Amendment is a necessity, and if we lose that, everything else is gone. It's gone. There's nothing we could do. What do you mean it's gone? It's gone. Fucking start smashing the fucking payphone. But, like, seriously, people. So, and you guys know that. Most of y'all out there watching that know that. So,
Nobody's watching.
Either way, leave it in the comment section below. What the fuck first YouTube gun channel turned you on to actually, like, understanding that the Second Amendment is more than just stuffing Lego shells in a shotgun.
My favorite YouTube channel is Terribly Tactical.
Joe Morgan in the comments right now. But probably not even, because I don't even deserve it. But either way, for real. Because, I mean, that's the thing, dude. And again, are you going to fucking come back?
Well, yeah. When I can, you know, I am
he can.
I'm a man of many skills.
He's going to fucking... A very distinct set of skills.
Very distinct set of skills. We told
him about that last
time.
And Cali.
I can dribble a ball, I can shoot a bullet, and I eat chicken a lot.
Very stereotypical. All three of those things, I would argue. But, and also, you don't want those ankles broke live on fucking the Terribly Tactical channel. So don't ever think, just because I was a center, don't mean I can't play point, dude.
Comment right now if you want a game of 32 between us three.
32, bro.
That's 3, I'm out. I'm fucking...
Bro, you
one-on-one, me versus TT.
You want me to fucking, so you could dunk and shit? I'll fucking... Because I could just... Either way. Listen, bro, they're remaking White Man Can't Jump. I got the prequel, bro.
Oh, God.
Back when we used to be able to and shit. We're gonna have to fucking hit that time travel machine, though. Getting old and shit now. But either
and crickety.
Right. Risky crickety, dude. But the fucking... Oh, my back. That's the B-roll footage. But the fucking... Either way, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Huge shout out to the G-Man for showing up. Hopefully he comes back, because I legitimately did have, like, I didn't have anything written down, but in my head, like, I had a bunch of, like, questions I just asked about it, because that spawns a whole bunch of different things. And, of course, we get on our tirades and tangents, mostly me, but at least I'm self-aware. But the fucking, you know, and we go off. But anyway,
For next
again,
time,
there's always a next time.
tune in.
But seriously, the Second Amendment is there for a reason. Your hunting, your fucking sports shooting, your fucking whatever the fuck it is all secondary, tertiary compared to the true purpose. The true purpose is to make sure that we don't get fucking tyrannicized, motherfuckers. And look where we're at. Look where we've been. You motherfuckers have lost sight, quite literally and figuratively speaking, because half you bitches ain't got irons on your fucking gun.
Could it be
Either way, couldn't be me. Could not be me. Irons, white lights, and slings, motherfuckers, is what every fucking weapon systems platform needs,
weapons
dude.
assist?
That's a callback, dude. That's what we call it in the showbiz. But either way, remember that. We'll see you. We love y'all. Stay safe, but keep being dangerous, or whatever the fuck. And subscribe, like, comment down below. Let us know that the 45 ACP is the most venerable semi-automatic handgun caliber ever devised. And let us... Got the camera. This is fucking biased, dude. I don't care.
Nobody's watching this anyways.
Dude.